up with a football.
Now get ready because it's football time in Texas on HoweEnterprise.com.
Mason Riggs, look out. He's got the 30, 35. He's got some speed. 50, 45. It's a foot race to the 30, 25, 20. Kiss him goodbye. 89 yards.
Here's the voice of Howe Bulldogs football, Monty Walker.
Well, good evening. Welcome to Sadler, Texas. It is the Howe Bulldogs and the S&S Rams. It's always a great week when the victory light is on from Friday night until Thursday. The Howe Bulldogs have started the season 1-0 for the first time since 2015 with an offense that left pondering perhaps, where did all these backs come from? It's a continuation of ground and pound 2018, and it's football time in Texas. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sadler, Texas. As we mentioned a moment ago, Justin White with us, along with Stephen Braswell, our spotter, Caroline Slauson down on the sidelines. We will visit with her from time to time throughout the night on our night furniture sideline report. Tonight, Justin, it's going to be a pretty good game. We would think S&S comes in a little bit injured. They lost their quarterback a week ago and then lost their backup quarterback. Came in with their third-string quarterback to finish out the game. He actually played pretty well, got a rushing touchdown before the half, but they only put 7 points on the board against Paradise, who looked pretty good in a 21-7 win over S&S.
That'll be interesting to see with S&S having that third-string quarterback and kind of how they're going to piece things together on that offense. But meanwhile, if you're a Howe Bulldog fan, you think about last week's game. If you were just a general fan, that was a fun game to watch. If you're a Howe Bulldog fan, it was a fun game to watch. You may have taken some years off your life because it was kind of nip and tuck there at the end. But it was a good time to be a Bulldog last week. And tonight, look forward to another game. Maybe get kind of wet, make it kind of muddy.
Yeah, the conditions, we'll check down with Caroline in just a little bit for the conditions tonight. This is game number 756 for the Howe Bulldogs. Howe has a record of 383 wins, 348 losses, 24 ties. I don't think we'll ever see a tie again. That all started back on September 20th, 1935. Howe is 1-0, as we mentioned. The Bulldogs start the season with a win for the first time since 2015 when they beat Bonham 41-14 at home that year. Howe is now 9-3 on opening night since 2007 and 24-15 since 1980. Howe is 9-7 lifetime in games played in August, but we're in September now. Howe head coaches that started 1-0. Bill Jailing just captured his first win of his Howe Bulldog career. He also joined Zach Hudson, Joe Watson, Corey Crane, Davey DeBose, Jim Fryer over Coppell. Jim Fryer beat Coppell back in '85 to get his first victory. Buck Smith, Curtis Christian, Arthur Boyle, George Matlock. We're going back to the 40s now. Jack Osborne, John Lair. Self-coached team back in 1942 got their first win.
I like that one.
H.A. McDonald back in 41, Wesley Cox back in 40, and L.B. Morris, who's in the Texas Coaches Hall of Fame, got his start 1-0 for the Howe Bulldogs back in 1936. If you have been not paying attention to what's going on with the Bulldogs lately, they're running the football again. Howe accumulated 314 rushing yards last week against Ponder. It's the most. Actually, last year, their highest total was 257. That was against Van Alstyne. Howe's 331 yards last week. Total yards was the most since back in the slot T-Dale West days, other than that 362 they had last year against Van Alstyne. The last time Howe rushed for more than 314 yards was the area championship game in 2016, back when they played Jefferson and racked up 458 that night. That's the Tyler Grisham days. Howe's now won 2 games in a row with last year's season finale over Callisburg and Friday night's win over Ponder. Last time Howe won back-to-back games was in that same era, 2016 playoffs, wins over Grandview and Jefferson. On this day in Bulldog history, they are 3-4-1. Not been a great day September 7th for the Howe Bulldogs. They lost in 1962 to rival Van Alstyne 30-12, beat Anna 12-0 in 1973, tied Pottsboro in 1979 14-14, beat Coppell 8-2 in 1984. Coppell never beat Howe, by the way. Just for the record.
Putting that out there.
Leonard, I was in this game in 1990. Howe lost to Leonard 27-12. That was not a fun night. 2001, the Bulldogs lost to Princeton 20-6. 2007, they lost to the Gainesville State School 26-25. And in 2012, they beat Chisholm 40-12. When we come back later on, we'll talk about this Howe and S&S history. But right now, let's check down on the sidelines. Let's see if we can hear from Sweet Caroline for our first night furniture sideline report tonight. Caroline, do you hear us? I'm not sure if she's able to hear us just yet. Maybe, wait a minute.
Can you guys hear me
Maybe
now?
I need to turn on her mic.
Yeah.
How about that?
There we go.
How's it going down there?
Going pretty good. I got to tell you that if this rain can hold off for just a couple hours, we got some good temperatures down here. Not getting out of the 80s tonight.
Nice.
Yeah, so those cramps that were such a problem last week, hopefully won't be such a problem this week. But we are looking at rain chances, just 20% throughout the night. And as far as field conditions go, I know you guys like the regular grass, not turf. You like the real stuff. And y'all said it looked dry. I'm going to go with it's dry. So.
Wow, nice. Hey, how's the concession stand?
Oh, man. I was first in line. The gate, the doors opened. And I was like, nachos, please? And so I got my nachos. So I'm good. It's great. I highly suggest them. Okay.
Well, wait till you get home. You'll try some cowboy nachos with the Howe FFA Booster Club, because that is something to die for.
Okay, I'm
You
down.
think it's good here, wait till you get back home with those cowboy nachos.
Okay, count me in.
Nice.
Hey, we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll have the Senior Spotlight, the Coaches Show, all coming up here in just a moment on HoweEnterprise.com.
Welcome to the Howe Bulldogs Coaches Show with Bill Jailing. The Coaches Show is brought to you by FBC Howe. Now let's join Monty Walker with Bulldogs head coach Bill Jailing.
Coach, 1-0. It's a great start. You got to be proud. And what does that do for the mentality for the team like that to start 1-0?
It's great for the mentality of the team. Anytime you start the season with a W, it's always a great thing for the kids and the morale of the town, the community, the school in general. So it's a great thing. I'm very excited for the program after going 1-9 last year and starting off with a W this week, or last week, excuse me. It's just a great thing for the program, and all the kids have come out with a little more intensity, a little more fire. They're starting to believe they can win. So it was just an overall great thing last Friday night to get that W on the board.
And everything you've been preaching since you got here, as far as controlling the clock, controlling the ball, it worked out exactly the way you wanted it to in the first half. Talk about that.
Absolutely. We did a great job in the first half, controlling the clock, pounding the ball, running like that's our mentality is we're going to ground and pound 3-4 yards at a pop. We did a great job in the first half, controlling the clock. Our defense did an outstanding job getting them 3 and out in the first half. So our mentality is we want to control that ball as much as we can and mix it up with our running game inside, outside. And we couldn't have played it out any better the first half last week. It was just great. I think the best thing that we did all week was our line getting up to the line of scrimmage quick. Our line was firing out low and engaging and keeping their feet running. So when all those little intangibles kick in, it's a recipe for success. And big thing for us as a coaching staff is just keeping that mentality and recipe going all year long.
Well, you had a plethora of backs, and everybody knows you got a bunch of backs that come in. But, the defense is really maybe even more the story of the first half and really an entire game. Defense played outstanding.
Absolutely. Coach Zagleski did a great job with his game plan and executing that game plan. The idea of the plethora of backs is we have a lot of two-way players, but I'm a firm believer that defense wins championships. So I want my best 11 on the field and defense at all times until we get that 2 or 3 score lead. Then we'll start mixing in. So that's why we run in so many backs at a time, just because we're allowing those guys to get breathers every other play, which keeps them fresh defensively. And like I said, I guess being a Pittsburgh boy, defense wins championships.
We won't talk about the Steelers kind of stuff. But anyway, maybe the only downfall to the game Friday night that let Ponder kind of hang around was the turnovers, and talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, turnovers in our offense will kill us, but penalties as well. But the turnovers that happened Friday night, the main thing that made me excited was that they're all fixable. It wasn't ball security. It wasn't our running backs losing ball control when they were running. It was just missed timing on the handoffs. And a lot of that has to do, first Friday night games, speed of the game is different. Even from scrimmages to Friday night game, the speed is different. So it was just a lot of miscues on the handoffs, putting the ball on the hip, or running backs instead of you opening the pocket, trying to take it with their hands, those kind of little things. So I know turnovers killed us, and it put our defense in a bad situation several times. but our defense did a great job overcoming those situations. But positive is the turnover aspect from last week can be fixed.
We'll take a quick time out. When we come back, we'll talk about SNS a little bit.
The First Baptist Church here in Howe, Texas would like to invite you and your family to a celebration of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Each Sunday morning at 10:30, we meet for worship at 100 East Davis Street in Howe. Prior to that, we have relevant Bible fellowships for all ages beginning at 9:15. Join us each week to declare the hope that is found only in Christ. Be ready to experience the life-changing power of the gospel. There is only one message for every generation, and that message is Jesus.
All right, Coach, one of our broadcasters who hasn't been around practices or anything the other night was talking about how much he thought the kids had already bought into the program. So it's pretty evident from everybody to see and maybe hear and see the things that they say. And when we interview them, we can tell that they've bought in. Talk about that.
Yeah, the kids have done a great job buying into the program. I think they've bought into the mentality that we have, the expectation that we have for them. And I think the big thing is they bought into the coaching staff. The coaching staff has really done a great job coaching these kids up, getting on to them when they need to be get on to, putting our arms around them and hugging them when we need to. I mean, just like Friday night, that one fumble, I walked out to Austin Lee and put my arm around him and said, son, it happens. It's a mistake. All we can do is move on. Let's not worry about it. Live to play the next play. And I think the kids are appreciating that instead of a coach in their ear and yelling at them. They understand that we believe that mistakes are going to happen. We just got to overcome them. So the buying in has been huge for this program right now.
First road game, what is the scheduling like when you travel? Have you, what'll be different as far as dressing and things like that?
The dressing will be a little different from a home game. We won't dress until we get over there. The kids will travel in their shorts and shirt. Downside to away games is, you got to leave a little earlier. So it's a little harder on the kids because they're on the bus a little longer. They're waiting longer to play and everything like that. So traveling's always tough. Any team you play that you got to travel to, it always puts a little more strain on the players. Puts a little more strain on the coaches too, because it gives us more time to think about it as well.
Let's talk about SNS a little bit. What do you think you're going to see from them? SNS
is a good football team. They're overcoming some injuries, which is it happens. It's football, but we're dealing with our issues as well. I mean, I know their quarterback got hurt last week, but we're dealing with a little flu bug that's flying around, and our kids have not been 100%. So I mean, it's give or take. They're going to be a 4-3 defense, and I believe they're going to stack the box. They're going to roll a safety down in the box, maybe show us a little 4-4 look. With our running mentality, I imagine teams are going to put 8 or 9 in the box every week on us. They have been an option team out of the gun, pistol. I'm not sure what they'll do with that quarterback injury, but they got some speed. Again, it's just the basic keys. Offensively, we got to control the line of scrimmage, establish our running game and keep it going. Defensively, play assignment football and hone in on those little things, open field tackling and not getting sucked up on the run and letting a deep pass happen.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8.
Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles and a little message for our Howe Bulldog football players.
Go Bulldogs, fight Bulldogs, win, win, win. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Hey Bulldogs, great news. I'm your hometown realtor and I'm also a Bulldog. Hello, I'm Kevin Sarles and I'm with Exalt Realty. I wanted to tell you about the new 321 program for our new home buyers or those who haven't owned a home in 3 years. A $1,500 grant is tied to the program and a $2,000 gift card at a local major retailer is available. This promotion is for a limited time and qualifications do apply. Call me anytime, 903-821-4163.
Welcome to the Howe Bulldogs Senior Spotlight, brought to you by Ed Meacham State Farm. Now let's join Monty Walker with this week's senior.
All right, this week we're visiting with kicker Callie Vick, and we'll talk with receiver Elijah Campbell as well. Callie, we'll start with you. Second year on the team. I've interviewed about 400 football players. First girl I've ever been interviewed for football. What is it like being a girl on the team?
Honestly, it's not that much different than like other sports teams. I mean, I've never had a team as like close-knit as this before. I will say that is a big change. Like girls, you kind of have drama and stuff like that, but those guys, there's like none. I mean, they get mad, but it's gone in like 5 seconds. And a lot of them are my friends outside of school. Like I hang out with almost all of them during school, outside of school. So, like, I don't know, it's really welcoming and really easygoing, honestly. Like, it's not that bad.
So last year you became the kicker. I kind of want to know how that happened. How did they approach you? Did you approach them? How did that work out?
Okay, honestly, it's been an ongoing joke since like 7th grade when I first moved here. The guys in my grade were always like, play football, be the kicker, you play soccer, you could do it. And I got to high school and they kind of joked around about it freshman year. And I was like, well, y'all have Bryce, so like y'all don't need me. Well, then Bryce moved and I was the water girl, and Coach Fry found out I played soccer. And they had boys trying out, but it's surprising how hard it is for guys to kick the ball. And they're like, well, can you kick a soccer ball decent? And I was like, yeah. So they just like, all right, bring your cleats tomorrow. And I did. He's like, okay, you're our kicker. You can kick better than all of them, so you're our kicker. I didn't really get an option after that.
So you've been the kicker now, and you've settled in, and obviously, you know, things are looking pretty good. Your kicks look really good Friday night.
Thank you.
Do you think you've improved since the very first game you kicked last year?
Oh, most definitely. Last year I was actually hurt for almost all season. I messed up my quad. So, like, every game I was playing and I couldn't feel it because it was chalked down with icy hot and wrapped so tight. I got, like, healthy again. So this year I'm definitely a lot better.
What's the dress and dressing situation? How does that work? Are you out of the locker room? How does that work?
So far, since our first game was home, I get like my pads on here, so we all have our pads, like our pants on and stuff, so we're halfway dressed. We really just have to put our shoulder pads on. But for away games, they usually find me like a bathroom close to the locker room, or they let me in after before we have our meeting, and then so it's like it's not bad. I'm not really separated, just like for 5 minutes or something.
So other sports, you're heavily involved in basketball, and what else do you do?
I do track, and I played golf last year, and I'm going to play again this year. And then outside of school, I have soccer.
So how does the basketball team going to look this year?
Honestly, I think we'll be really good this year. We have a lot of kids that play together a lot over the summer and stuff like that, so that'll help with chemistry, which is something like we really haven't had a whole lot over the years because we have 2 or 3 that'll play together and then 2 that don't even play at all. So I think we'll be really good this year.
So the game's on the line, fourth quarter, about 3 seconds left. Got to either tie the game or win the game with an extra point. What's going through your mind?
I got to do this for the boys. Most definitely.
All right, that's Callie Vick. When we come back, we'll talk to Elijah Campbell.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at MrRedInsurance.com.
All right, so we're visiting with Elijah Campbell now. Elijah, you didn't play last year. When's the last time you did play football?
8th grade.
And what was your team like? Do you remember? What do you remember about that team back then?
All I remember was I was short, fat, white kid. I was the center, so receiver's a big change.
So what do you think about playing football? What's different here?
I'm glad I did it. I mean, I enjoyed it in middle school, but after middle school, I was starting to focus a lot on basketball, and then Coach Jay kind of convinced me to play.
So you've had a really good basketball career, and I'm sure you're expecting an outstanding senior year as well. Talk about basketball a little bit and what makes that so special for you.
Well, I mean, I've always been around basketball. My mom's coached ever since before I was born and while I was growing up, and I'm still trying to go play somewhere, and yeah, still shooting for that.
So I hear there's some issue out here with the red jerseys in practice. What is that about? And I hear you got a red jersey. What does that mean?
Red jerseys is who starts on defense, and I got moved to starting defense this week.
What position are you playing on defense?
Outside linebacker.
So you made a huge play last week, about a 10-yard loss. It came at a really key part of the game. Talk about that moment.
Well, I kind of got thrown in there, and I wasn't sure exactly what to do, but I saw an opening and I might as well shoot my shot, and it worked out for us. So
shooting a shot just like basketball. Hey, so this team, what do you think the overall feel is for this team, and what do you feel the outlook is?
I'm not sure about the outlook for sure yet, but I can see us doing pretty well this season. I see us making it to playoffs, maybe a few rounds, not sure.
To compete at the highest level, you need reliable teammates to share the load, strong leadership, and unquestionable character. It's true in athletics, and it's true with financial services. At Independent Bank, we understand success on the field is a result of unseen hours of hard work and preparation long before the first whistle. Visit any of our branches, and you'll find local bankers invested in the community, committed to building strong business partnerships and helping families reach their financial goals. Independent Bank is proud to be a part of Howe Student Athletics. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. For complete information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
Welcome back to Sadler, Texas. Monty Walker along with Justin White and Caroline Slauson, Stephen Braswell. We have what appears to be a pretty good contest ahead of us tonight. Third-string quarterback going to start for S&S. They lost their first two a week ago. This is the 34th meeting between Howe and S&S, and Howe leads the series 23-10 and has dominated by outscoring S&S 841 points to 387 over the years. Howe played one game versus Sadler before the consolidation back in 1958. Howe won that game 32-0. And this is an old field. Even Sadler played over here, and I'll let Caroline talk about that. The Bulldogs won 11 in a row over the Rams from 1983 to 1993 and pitched 6 shutouts during that time from 84 to 92. That's back when the Billy Hill days when he was a defensive coordinator, and that was one of those things that he stressed. We are not going to give up points to S&S. I will always remember that. The Bulldogs set a school record 76 points on October 4th, 1991. I was fortunate enough to be on the field that night. It was a 14-0 S&S shutout over Howe that ended the streak in 1996, however. Since that 8-year domination by Howe, the Bulldogs are 6-3 versus S&S going back to 1997, and Howe is 11-5 over the Rams, with the last loss coming in 2007, which was a 28-24 loss over here at S&S. 11-5 at S&S. Looking to go 12-5 tonight. The Bulldogs are 8-2 over here since 1983. The Bulldogs have shut out S&S 8 times, which is the second most of any opponent. The Bulldogs have shut out Bells 14 times, and they'll get a crack at them next week. So again, the series started in 1961 with a 28-6 Howe win. That was back on September the 22nd of 61. Last time Howe played was October 23rd, 2015. That was, I believe that was the game that Lightning cut it a little bit short, 28-0 against S&S. That was a mud slop game, if I remember correctly, at home 3 years ago. It was, S&S was pretty good back then, and when you beat them, that meant you're basically sewing up a playoff spot, and that's kind of how it went back in those days, and how it was dominant in 2015 towards the latter part of the year. The Howe Bulldogs getting ready to come onto the field for the first time tonight. It appears that they're in the tunnel awaiting to make their September debut. And Caroline Slauson, and here they come. You can hear the horn and the fight song. The S&S Rams about to make their way onto the field. We'll have the coin toss for you. Caroline Slauson, our Night Furniture sideline reporter, will hand the mic. She may hand the mic to the ref as she did a week ago, normally just stick the mic in there. Hey, the ref took it from her. We'll take it.
That's a lot easier.
The referees tonight out of the Dallas chapter, the referee is Ricky McGee, the umpire Andy Dean, the head linesman Larry Conright, the line judge is Scott Slayton, and the back judge is Kurt Shaughnessy. The captains for Howe appear to be Devin Porter, J.C. Helpenstill, Cameron Blesseye, and Mason Riggs. And the home crowd is about to rise to their feet, I believe, as they're waiting on the Rams, who I believe is in the tunnel. I can't really tell down there. But
actually, I don't think they're in the tunnel right now.
They may not be down there yet. Howe is waiting on them to show up. Howe in their all white. I take that back. White tops, black pants, black helmets, black numbers, but the white jerseys with the black sleeves. So a nice sleek look for the Howe Bulldogs. I'd like to say hello over there to Norman Dickey and Leon Thornhill. I understand they're listening inside the stadium on 99.9 FM, where you can get that each week. Just bring your headphones, listen to the game. And hello, Norman Dickey, and hello, Leon Thornhill. Thanks for listening. Long time. I'm not going to talk about how old they are, but a long-time fans. And Norman Dickey, obviously the most wins here for the Bulldogs. Coached here in 1964 through 1975, I believe. 76, take that back. I'm sure he's quick to correct me over there. Leon Thornhill, the former voice of the Howe Bulldogs, of Howe Bulldogs Stadium, did that for a number of years. So some long-time legendary Howe Bulldogs sitting across the way over there. And we welcome them.
And we got a pretty good Bulldog crowd that came to SNet Sadler tonight.
Yeah, it's a pretty good crowd along the way on the east side of the stadium. Here come the SNS Rams in their all red uniforms. And they have 2 gold stripes right over their shoulder pads and 2 stripes down the side of their red pants, white helmets, and a white face mask. And I think Howe may rival the home crowd, and it's hard to see. Now, there's a lot of people on the not a lot of people from SNS made their way from the parking lot all the way down to this end of the stands, but there's a lot of them down there on the north side.
They're spread out pretty good. It's pretty good size set of bleachers here on this end of the
Howe. As we mentioned, the Howe crowd, pretty good travel tonight. They traveled well, so the captains are on the field for SNS, and it appears to be, let's see, Devin Jackson will be a captain, along with Matt Billmeyer. What else do we have down there? The quarterback tonight, third-string quarterback, Cole Sloan, who is in place for a couple of other kids who were injured, and it looks like Rory Aguilar, who is in street clothes, and he played a week ago, so they are really hit with injuries, this SNS Ram team is. And now we're just about ready for the coin toss, as we have our Night Furniture sideline reporter down there right in the middle of it.
To let you know, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Number 89, Devin Porter. Captains for your SNS Rams. Number 5, Cole Sloan. Number 11, Devin Jackson.
Okay, guys. There's been a lot of news lately about violence, and we're about to play a violent game. But that violence, it doesn't define who we are, because we're not doing it for anger or for hatred. We're doing it for sport. So what defines us as men here tonight is the way we conduct ourselves after that whistle blows. Gentlemen, there may be times in the heat of the game that we come to you, captains, and ask you to remind us to get up and be the better man.
This is referee Ricky McGee.
Game. Okay, now visitors, you get to call the flip. So here's the head side. What are you going to call?
Tails.
He's going to call tails.
Mason Riggs called tails.
Andy, looking for tails. One to toss.
You want the ball.
You want to receive. Okay, which goal would you like?
Howe won the toss, and they're going to receive.
So put your backs to your end zone. Put your backs to your end zone.
All right, there you have it. The coin toss was won by Howe. Mason Riggs called tails. Tails it was. Howe wants to receive the football, and which is different than a week ago and different than in typical past. They usually defer, but they want the football tonight. Howe wants to score early, and that's what they plan on doing.
I was a little surprised by that, but I know Coach Jay wants to eat time off the clock, so he wants to get the ball off first and start eating time right off the top.
We're about ready for the national anthem. We're going to take a quick time out, and we'll be back with kickoff time here in Sadler, Texas.
Exceeding your expectations is what we strive for here at Scoggins Funeral Home in Van Alstyne. Since the beginning, affordability has been at the top of our checklist. Every day, we're proving that funerals don't have to be expensive. From our facilities to having a personalized service, all of the details are addressed. Nothing can cause you more disappointment than poor quality. Make it special. Make it Scoggins Funeral Home. We put our name on it. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins are here with you in your time of need. Visit scogginsfuneralhome.com.
If you're looking for a welding company that will always meet your expectations, we are just the team you need. Robertson Welding Service can do industrial, commercial, or domestic. Robertson Welding Service guarantees the quality and satisfaction of your project at a fair price. We provide precision, custom, and repair service in all steels. We even weld aluminum and stainless. You can be comfortable that Robertson Welding Service is the right company for your project. We can be found on Facebook, or you can call us at 903-328-6588. That's 903-328-6588.
And it's football time in Texas, in Sadler, Texas. Howe Bulldogs about to receive the football to start this game. And we will surely see back deep for Howe. Jalen Thornton, Bryce Krantz, and Arturo Lauder. A week ago, Lauder took the opening kickoff and took it back to the 1 yard line, but a flag brought it back to the 40, but no problem for Howe. They scored pretty quickly on the drive to start the 2018 season and looked pretty good on offense a week ago.
We saw some of that speed from Lauder on kickoff returns. He had a couple of reverses there, ran 3 times for 36 yards, 5 for 31 yards, had a couple of touchdowns. So maybe we can see a little bit more of that speed. And they got Krantz back there as well. Who else you say? Thornton. So they got some wheels back there if they can get some good blocks and get some holes developed.
The SNS Rams are kicking from left to right, for the Rams. So that will be from south to north here on this north-south field. And the Bulldogs, inversely, will be traveling right to left, which is heading towards the south. And we are just about ready for our Tech Wave kickoff to start this game. As Devin Jackson comes off the field, surely we don't have an injury before the first kick. But maybe it is an equipment malfunction with Devin Jackson's knee pad, and somebody else is coming in. So already we have somebody out of the game, and Devin Jackson checks out, and Drew Burbage checks in on the kickoff.
A substitute before any time has come off.
I haven't seen that ever, I don't believe. This is the kick. It's going to be taken by Lauder on the near side about the 25-yard line. Spins out of a tackle, and it's hit hard at the 31. And Howe will start there from their own 31-yard line with 11:54. 6 ticks came off the clock there early on. And the Bulldogs are getting ready to set up shop here.
Joey Baggs with the tackle there for the Rams. So let's see what the Bulldogs can do. Had 314 rushing yards last week. 9 different ball carriers, and counting Elvington, the quarterback, carried the ball. So they got a committee of running backs, and Coach Jay, who's committed to doing that.
Up front for Howe, Jacob Howell, the left tackle, Chris Garrison, the left guard, Parker Blunt, the center, J.C. Helpenstell. And this is going to be a handoff to Blessai quickly along the right guard, and he's going to gain just a couple up to about the 34-yard line. The right guard is J.C. Helpenstell, the right tackle, Jaron Ing, and the tight end is Devin Porter. Split out wide tonight will be Elijah Campbell, Leighton Elvington, the quarterback, Arturo Lauder, the wingback, and the running backs are Mason Riggs and Cameron Blessai. Second down and about 6 here. and there's a flag on the play. A handoff up the middle, and that's to Spencer Akins, but a flag will probably wipe out a 2-yard gain.
Looks like it's probably an area holding.
Number 7.
And it is.
It was a 4-yard pickup by Cameron Blesseye on the first play of the game, but the second one's going to be brought back on a hold. So this will be spotted back to about the 25-yard line. Second down and long coming up for Howe.
So let's see what we can be an interesting play call here on second and long. We didn't see a lot of second and long or third and long type plays last week, so see if they can gain some yards and get them a little bit more breathing room for the third down.
Here's a handoff, and Louder shakes one defender, turns around, tries to run the other way, but he's hammered. This is going to be a loss unless he got back to the line of scrimmage, but it's going to be a 1-yard loss back to the 24-yard line.
That reverse last week worked several times, got him a couple of touchdowns for Louder.
You know, when we kept calling it a reverse last week, it's not really a reverse. It's really, we ran that back in the 80s and 90s. It was what it used to be the 45 tackle trap, where the wing back comes across from the far side. It's more of a trap play from the wing instead of a reverse. Here's a handoff and a big hole right side. Look out, Cameron Blesseye. He's got midfield to the 40. Chased down at the 30, breaks a tackle, and he's out of bounds on the Sadler and South Maid side of the field at the 25-yard line.
A third down and long situation there, and Blesseye, a big hole open up on that right side between that guard and that tackle, able to take it down almost down to the 25-yard line.
51-yard run.
And we saw some of the little open field speed there of Cameron Blesseye. He's got a little bit of speed with that power.
From the 24 to the 25, math tells me that's 51. But I'm not good at math. Maybe old Norman Dickey, he used to teach math. He's probably over there calculating that up. 1st and 10 for Howe, right to left, 10:14 on the clock. Man in motion is Louder, coming from right to left. Hand off to Spencer Akins, another flag down. This was going to be good for 2 yards. However, check the flag.
Number 7, Spencer Akins.
Aiken with the second carry, and second time he's carried is the second time there's been a flag down.
With the tackle for the ran through is a flag.
Which is no fault of Aiken, but Aiken's got to be thinking, man, every time I catch the ball, there's a flag.
Yep. It's going to be a holding call.
First down.
They'll back that one up 10 yards. Aikens, of course, his brother was a really good wing back in that slot back in the slot tee. And Akins is trying to do the same thing with this kind of a speed back that his brother was. This time it'll be 1st and 20 after the penalty, back to the 35-yard line.
Again, another long yardage situation for the Bulldogs. Ended up not being a problem earlier.
This is going to be a quick hitter right up the middle to Blesseye. Maybe good for a yard on 1st and 20. And on the stop for S&S.
Yeah, the interior line, there wasn't much of a hole there for Blesseye to get through like he had earlier. And they're determined to keep him in between the tackles.
Bill Meyer came up with a stop for S&S. It'll be 2nd down and 19. Again, Howe right to left, Elvington under center, 2 wings, and now Riggs goes in motion. He gets the toss, coming right side, looking for a block, gets a couple of them, and he bangs over a defender at about the 30-yard line. Good for about 4 yards to the 30.
Riggs, who had 4 carries for 44 yards last week. Again, we talked about he was a running back for first part of the season last year and getting back into that offensive rotation, that running back rotation this year. Trying to take advantage of it.
Riggs went 88 yards over in Caddo Mills as a sophomore and looking to pop the corner again here in his senior year, 3rd and long. This is going to be a handoff up the middle. Blesseye, same play a moment ago that he went 51. This time he barrels his way inside the 20 to the 19-yard line, which will set up a 4th and about 3.
Blesseye, I tell you, he's not going to juke. He's not going to go around. He's going to mow right over you, and look like maybe the safety got the brunt of that, and he's going to be short 4th down and 4 maybe, and this is 4-down territory here for the Bulldogs.
11 yards for Blesseye on that carry. It's 4th and 3.5, 4 yards with 8:30 on the clock and rolling here in the first quarter. Split out wide is Campbell to the near side. Elvington is going to hand off. Austin Lee up the middle for the first time tonight. He has a 1st down and more. Kiss him goodbye. It is touchdown time in Texas.
Austin Lee went in on the action. First carry of the night, first touchdown of the night for the Bulldogs.
A 19-yard scamper for Austin Lee on his first carry of the night.
And second touchdown of the season. He had one last week, too.
So Callie Vick here for the PAT. She was banging them through earlier in pregame. The bad snap, and going to fire and roll away with it is Elvington, looking to throw it now in the end zone. Throws it, heaves it, jump ball in the end zone. Campbell went up for it, and two Howe Bulldogs went up, and it falls incomplete. Had both of them not been there, one of them would have caught it, but Devin Porter and Elijah Campbell both went for the rebound, if you will, and both came up empty at 6-0 with 8:16 left to go in the first. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
Monty, that was Damius Karowski on the tackle. Hey, this is Michael Mosier. I may not be up in that luxury outdoor suite on top of the press box, but hey, I'm still supporting the Bulldogs. I'm proud to be a part of the Howe Athletic Booster Club, where it's only $25 to become a member. I may have retired from pronouncing those difficult names on Friday nights, but I can say go Dogs without batting an eye. Become a black and white, towel-waving Bulldog fan by signing up at each home game behind the home bleachers, and remember, Aljundo Dakenstater on the stop.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, an old-school black and white Howe Bulldog. In criminal defense, you need someone who fights like a Bulldog. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
The Exalt Realty scoring drive recap was 7 plays, 69 yards, and it took right about 3 minutes and 30 seconds off the clock. A fair catch called for on Callie Vick's Tech Wave kickoff. The scoring was done by Austin Lee, a 9-yard touchdown. But the damage, the big play of the drive was a 51-yard run by Cameron Blesside to set everything up. A couple of penalties, a couple of holding calls every time Spencer Akins touched the ball, but Howe overcomes with the 7-play, 69-yard drive. And now S&S will huddle up and head to the line of scrimmage for the first time tonight with 8:16 left to go in the first, trailing Howe 6-0.
This Bulldog defense, who did a pretty good job in the first game of the first half. Really, the whole game, they just gave up some big plays. If they can prevent that, they can hopefully improve on that from last week.
High snap's going to go all the way back to about the 10-yard line, and right there is Elijah Campbell to fall on the quarterback, and Howe says they have the football. And they do! The Bulldogs come up with it. Arturo Louder picks it off the ground, and Howe's in great shape to score again.
A turnover by the Rams early in the ball game. Coach Jay was one to do that, get these turnovers. That was kind of a key to the game last week. You really wanted to have it every week. Get turnovers, now convert them into touchdowns. But the ball went way over the head of Sloan, and Sloan kind of went back there. What didn't sound like he was in a hurry. Pounced on the ball, wasn't able to pounce on it right away, and Bulldogs were able to get on it inside the 10.
So the ball spotted at about the 9-yard line, knocking on the door already. Again, Austin Lee already scored from 19. Here's Howe, first and goal from the 9 after the fumble. Elvington is going to hand off to Blesseye over right tackle, and he's going to churn his way inside the 5. And it looks like the line judge wants to spot him at about the 4.
Cameron Bless.
But apparently it's going to be spotted right at the 5, just inside the 5. A 4-yard gain for Blesseye. 7:50 and rolling here in the first quarter. Howe on top, 6-0, looking for more right here.
Kind of similar from last week. First 2 drives, Bulldogs able to get the ball in favorable position and maybe able to score on the second drive of the game.
Second down and goal here is Akins, and for the first time tonight he carries it, and there's no flag, but he's only going to get a yard or two, spotted at about the 2.5-yard line.
Number 7.
Aiken, one of the speedster on this Bulldog offense, went right up the middle.
Number 2, Joey Baggs.
Yeah, so it looks like a third and goal for the Bulldogs.
You know, this is obviously 4-down territory for the Bulldogs. You would think, as with only 2 yards to go, we're at third. You would think you'd get another one if you don't get it here. Elvington, handoff, Blesseye, barrels over a defender, waiting for the signal, and it's touchdown time in Texas. 6:58 on the clock, and Howe goes up 12-0, and you think A 2-point conversion is coming right here.
Westside lowered his head, went behind that right guard there, and just it took a second for the officials to look at it, but able to get the touchdown on the 4-yard touchdown run.
So now we'll see what happens.
I think they're going to go for. Looks like they are going to go for 2.
Yeah, I would imagine they'd try to even out the score here. 12-0. We sit right now, but we are waiting on the 2-point conversion, and Austin Lee will check in. 6:58 on the clock. And here come the Bulldogs. Elvington under center, 2.5-yard line on the 2-point conversion. And there's a flag on this one.
I think we saw Riggs get started just a little early.
Illegal procedure to call.
It is a legal procedure against the Bulldogs. And when we come back after this break, after the PAT, we're going to talk to Caroline Slauson for our Night Furniture Sideline Report. See how things are trucking down there. It was a 3-play drive. We'll get back to that in a moment, though. Only 9 yards. And now the Bulldogs are going to go for 2 as they are backed up to about the 7-yard line. 8-yard line. Elvington under center, same play. Riggs goes in motion, wanting to throw the ball. Now it's flushed out of the pocket. He's coming near side and tackled and sacked in the backfield at about the 13-yard line. So about a 6-yard loss on a PAT. That won't count in the stats, but 12-0 is our score right now here in S&S or Sadler, Texas. We'll be right back right after this.
The First Baptist Church here in Howe, Texas would like to invite you and your family to a celebration of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Each Sunday morning at 10:30, we meet for worship at 100 East Davis Street in Howe. Prior to that, we have relevant Bible fellowships for all ages beginning at 9:15. Join us each week to declare the hope that is found only in Christ. Be ready to experience the life-changing power of the gospel. There is only one message for every generation, and that message is Jesus.
Looking to purchase a home? Michelle Castle and the team at Guild Mortgage Sherman are excited to announce 321 Home, our new exclusive program that gives first-time home buyers a $2,000 gift card to Home Depot and $1,500 towards closing costs. For more information, call us at 903-957-3100. That's 903-957-3100. Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender. Company NMLS number 3274.
We have an Exalt Realty scoring drive recap of 3 plays, 9 yards after the fumble recovery by Arturo Lauder and the bad snap by S&S on their only play tonight. Here's Callie Vick's Tech Wave kickoff. It's going to be fair catched, called for, and caught at the 31-yard line, and that's where S&S will take up and set up shop. Let's check down with our Night Furniture sideline reporter, Caroline Slauson. What you got for us?
Well, guys, just like last week, things are rocking and rolling here in the first quarter. I told y'all earlier that last week it was hard for me not to do the cheers with these girls, but I'm about to just give up because the fight song's been playing a lot down here. I'm just about to do it with them. We're pumped.
I don't think anybody's going to think less of you if you go ahead and do the fight song cheer. 6:57 on the clock here in the first quarter. Howe on top, 12-0. S&S trying to call their second play. And we'll see if this snap's any better. It's a high snap brought down. This is going to be a handoff to the near side, and I believe on the handoff is Angel Ortega. And he is good for maybe a yard. But the story for the S&S Rams is last week they lost their starting quarterback, Jace Howard, who went out early in the game. They brought in Jake Reynolds, and Reynolds looked pretty good running the football up the middle. Looked very similar to Bryce Krantz in the shotgun running that read option. And then he got hurt, and in comes Cole Sloan, and he is the quarterback tonight. So third-string quarterback, former receiver, and he's going to hand off up the middle to Mullinex, and he's going to run into a brick wall after about 2 yards. Austin Mullinex is only about 5 foot, 5'3" at the most. Very similar to a lot of those backs Howe had back in the 80s. Stephen Ogle, Brian Ross, Michael Bailey. Very similar type back is Austin Mullinex for S&S. Small but very shifty, very powerful, and will run right over you, very much like Rob Bowes comes to mind. Third down and about 8 for S&S at their own 32-yard line. And this is going to be Sloan And he will try to run it up the middle, but he's going to hand off to Austin Mullinex, and he's going to gain enough up to about the 38-yard line, not enough for a first down. And already a decision for S&S. You would imagine they would punt this one away. It's 4th down and probably about 3 in order to get a first down, so we'll see what happens here. The punter normally for S&S is Keen Ortega, and we'll see if he'll step back to punt this one away. No indication of that at the moment, as it appears they're going to go for it.
Man.
4th and 4 at their own 38-yard line. Sloan, shotgun, high snap, brings it down. He's going to run, flags down as well. And they'll back this one up. So instead of 4th and 4, it'll definitely be punt time tonight.
It's got to be punt time at this point.
4:58 left to go in the first. Howe on top, 12-0. And S&S just trying to roll a big gamble right there. And maybe thankfully for them, a flag was down.
Yeah, you can kind of tell they're trying to get things together offensively. They're having a little bit of trouble getting organized and haven't had a lot of big plays there, just a couple of 2-yard runs. And maybe credit to the Bulldog defense there for staying in their lanes and open field tackling and doing a good job there.
So now the punt team is on. Ortega back to punt this one away with 4:46 and rolling here in the first. Howe leads 12-0. The kick is a wobbly kick. It's going to bounce on the Howe side at about the 39, picked up by Jalen Thornton, and he'll come near side for maybe a yard or two and stopped at the 36-yard line.
Jalen Thornton with the
got that ball on the bounce. Almost looked like he almost caught that with his left hand and able to cup it there in his hand, and good pursuit there by the Rams to keep the return minimal there for Thornton. And so Bulldogs here on their third possession scored on the first 2 drives. 4:34 to go here in the first quarter. See if they can bleed some time off this clock and get another touchdown.
Starting at their own 37-yard line here in the first quarter on their third drive, looking for more points. 12-0. Howe already leads, and Elvington goes under center, sends Riggs in motion, handoff, right tackle once again, and Blesseye banging out of a tackle for about 7 yards near the 45-yard line at about the 44.
It's kind of funny that Blesseye runs that ball and then he goes to the sidelines. Coach Jay talked about rotating different running backs in. He likes to keep because you're playing 2 ways, in 3A football, he likes to keep his best defenders on defense, so he rotates a lot of running backs in. So we saw Blesseye run the ball and then he goes to the sidelines.
2nd down and 3 here, and this will be a misdirection near side. Spencer Akins has the ball roll away from him, but he grabs it out of the air. First down run inside S&S territory. That was dangerous to the 44-yard line.
He had the handoff and looked like he tried to spin it on his finger there for a second like a basketball. It just kind of got out of his hand for a little bit, corralled it in, and got him a good gain for a first down into Ram territory.
16-yard gain for Spencer Akins. It'll set up 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. And you talk about that defensive line for S&S. Their quarterback, Jace Howard, was also their defensive end. And when he went out a week ago, it made their defense much weaker. As you lose a starter, any team gets weaker. Here's a toss. It's Joseph Brennan running from left to right. He breaks a tackle. He's got speed up the middle, and he finally is brought down after a first down run at about the 27-yard line.
Brendan, who only had 2 carries for 9 yards last week, but we see a little bit of his speed, and he shows a little bit of a power too. Gets that pitch, cuts it back inside, gives it in for a good gain, another first down for the Bulldogs, and they got something cooking here on this third drive.
29 yards for Joseph. That's not right, is it? 17 yards for Joseph Brennan. 1st and 10, right to left, Brennan, and this will be a handoff, but flags are down. It was going to be a handoff over right guard by Austin Lee, but this one is going to be a false start against Howe, and it'll come back. So penalties again.
Yeah. Early on, they put themselves in long situations. They've been able to convert them, but that's not something you want to continue to do throughout the game, is put yourself in first and 15, 2nd and 20, 3rd and long. At some point, the Rams may end up figuring that out.
That moves the ball back to the 32-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 15 for Howe. This drive started at the Howe 37. So they're moving the ball at will. Elvington goes under center, handoff to Louder on that trap play to the near side, looking for a block. Can't get the seal block from Akins, but does get enough to pick up about 6 or 7 yards to the 24-yard line. So give him 6 yards.
Yeah, just a lot of movement there. You fake to one running back and then hand off there to Louder, coming around on that trap play. And, that's the thing about this slot T offense. There's a lot of movement, a lot of misdirection, a lot of decoys there. You got to keep up with who's got the ball.
2nd down and 7. Says the scoreboard, 2:31 and rolling here in the first quarter, 12-0. Howe in the lead. Elvington moving a man, Blesseye, over a little bit to the left. Now a man goes in motion. This is going to be 2 men in motion. You can't do that, as it looked like Harmon and Blesseye were both moving a little bit in motion. That one kind of was sloppy from the beginning. So that'll be another penalty, and that'll back them up 5. 2nd down and probably, 12 coming up?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Bulldogs had 2 guys moving at the same time there.
So they'll spot it now at the 29-yard line. Just a little sloppy. That's okay. I mean, you can overcome those things, but it's a little bit sloppy on the flag.
They're moving the ball. It's just, these are just small discipline things they can get in between possessions. They can kind of get ironed out.
2nd down and 12. Elvington wants to throw the football and looks down the field, has a man, and is caught by Blesseye inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line. Close to a first down.
I like that. A nice little play action pass. Had a little bit of time out there. And then has who was that, number 10 we said? Campbell rolling out there and able to find Campbell downfield.
That was Blesseye on the reception.
I'm sorry, Blesseye.
So a 12-yard pickup will set up a 3rd and very short. They may even pull the chain. No, they're going to go ahead and say first down. They'll move the sticks at the 17-yard line. So Howe with a fresh set of downs with 1:37 on the clock in the first. The clock is stopped while they move the chains. Here is Austin Lee up the middle, and he bangs over a defender, still turning his legs in the end zone. It's touchdown time in Texas.
Austin Lee again showing that power, bounced off one guy, kept churning those legs. He didn't stop moving those legs, and I think that's what got him to the end zone for the 29 long yard touchdown.
17 yards.
I'm sorry.
17 yards caps off a 6-play drive, and Howe just keeps on going.
And Lee with the 2nd touchdown of the night, 3rd of the season.
So we'll see if they try the 2-point conversion again, and I have a feeling they will. Right now it is 18-0. Howe in the lead here in the first, and going for 2 are the Bulldogs. Elvington under center. He's going to hand off. Right side, Blesseye, and he's in. It's 2-point conversion time in Sadler, Texas. 20-0. Howe in the lead early on, and looking good. Other than the flags, the offense looks pretty good. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic and Howe for half-price shakes after 8.
Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles and a little message for our Howe Bulldog football players.
Go Bulldogs, fight Bulldogs, win, win, win. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at mredinsurance.com.
It was a 6-play, 63-yard drive for Howe. It took 3 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock, and it was capped off by a 17-yard touchdown by Austin Lee and a 2-point conversion by Cameron Blesseye. And that is your Exalt Realty scoring drive recap. And now we're ready for our Tech Wave kickoff as Howe has a 20-0 lead with 1:30 left to go in the first. Callie Vick on to punch this one away. It's been fair catched so far tonight, but this one's a lot deeper kick. Going to be caught at about the 19-yard line, and coming up the middle of the field, I believe, is Mr. Blake Smith, and he's brought down pretty quickly at the 35-yard line.
Callie Vick's done a pretty good job on kickoff so far this evening.
Yeah, her leg is much improved over a year ago, and she is. If you watch the pregame, she was drilling some pretty long field goals there.
I don't think we gave her enough credit from last week. 3 for 3 on extra points, end up almost pretty much being the difference between the ball game.
So ball at the 35-yard line. S&S will start there, 1st and 10, moving left to right. Spread offense, split out wide are 2 receivers. This is a high snap brought down, and a big play in the backfield, but a misdirection. Somehow the quarterback kept it, and that was Mr. Sloan. He pulled it. He actually put it in the stomach, which of the running back, who was brought down immediately. And I thought it was a great play.
That was Alex Kellum, who thought had the tackle in the backfield.
Man, that was magnificent. I thought
a good fake there by the Rams.
Yeah, I really thought that Kellum had made a great play, but it was a great fake by Sloan.
It fooled Kellum, you, and me.
So ball now at the 40-yard line, another high snap, and Sloan's going to keep it again, inching closer towards first down.
Cole Sloan again up the middle.
But not enough.
Yeah, those high snaps,
for the Rams.
They may come back to haunt the Rams. It's every snap is right about his face mask. If not just a little, he'd have to jump just a tad to get each snap here, which maybe throw off the timing of everything.
So it's going to be 3rd and 2 for S&S. We're just about close to the end of this first quarter. 18 seconds and rolling. 3rd down and about 2. Man in motion. The tight end from one side to the other. Sloan, and now whistles and flags are on the field with 10 seconds on the clock. This one will more than likely be against the Rams of S&S. And they're talking to head coach James Gage.
I don't think Coach Gage agrees with that.
We haven't talked about Gage yet. He is overall 15 and 19 here at S&S, and is the former Barbers Hill offensive coordinator. Before that, he was the head coach at Austin College from 2006 to 9, where he went 17 and 22. He's the son of Ronnie Gage, who won 2 state titles at Louisville. And that's the end of the first quarter. The S&S Rams were not able to get the snap off in time. And when we come back, they'll have a 3rd and 7 situation. A great first quarter for Howe, 20-0. And we'll be right back right after this.
To compete at the highest level, you need reliable teammates to share the load, strong leadership, and unquestionable character. It's true in athletics, and it's true with financial services. At Independent Bank, we understand success on the field is a result of unseen hours of hard work and preparation long before the first whistle. Visit any of our branches, and you'll find local bankers invested in the community, committed to building strong business partnerships and helping families reach their financial goals. Independent Bank is proud to be a part of Howe Student Athletics. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. For complete information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
Ball at the 38-yard line. We switch sides. S&S now moving right to left. Second quarter, first play, man in motion. And Sloan runs into Mullinex and then runs into a pack of Bulldogs at the 41-yard line, where he's brought down there.
With the carry. Caden Harmon with the tackle, and it's going to be 4th down.
Looks like
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Looked like Sam Akins on the tackle, perhaps, for the Howe Bulldogs. Sets up a 4th down and 4.
And I saw Akins on that end there, kind of reading the quarterback, and when he saw the quarterback had it, he went and pursued and made a good tackle there.
One thing we haven't mentioned so far tonight, Elijah Campbell gets to start as he moved up to a starter. You might have heard that in the senior spotlight. This is Sloan, and he's going to hand off up the middle. Not a first down, and the turnover, and there is Air Sigleski for the first time tonight, as Howe forces a turnover on downs on the S&S side of the field. You talk about rolling the dice. Again, S&S went for it on 4th down. They cost themselves from going for it earlier in the first quarter, but went for it there and came up snake eyes, and Howe takes over at the 43-yard line in S&S territory.
I guess down 20-0, you need to get some kind of a shot in the arm for the Rams. Unfortunately for them, they were unsuccessful. Now the Bulldogs have ball in Ram territory have been able to score on their first 3 possessions and been able to run the ball at will. And so a chance for the Bulldogs to increase their advantage.
Starting at the 43-yard line of S&S. Elvington goes under center, and he is going to hand off first man through. And not much of a gain there, maybe 1, maybe 2, and that is Cameron Blesseye on the carry.
Again,
give him a yard.
We see Blesseye make the carry, and then we see him and Louder and Riggs go to the sidelines, and then 4 more running backs come in, or skill position players.
It's 2nd and 8 on the scoreboard. It's actually 2nd down and 9. As Elvington comes under center, and this is Lee in the backfield. They're going to hand off to Akins running from right to left, and he had nowhere to go as the Rams were right there to sniff that one out. They were running the trap again from right to left, and S&S says they have the football. No indication from any official. It just looks like a loss, and a pretty significant loss there. But they will give him forward progress, apparently, up to about the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard loss to the 43-yard line.
A good spot there now. So a 3rd and long situation here. Bulldogs have not had any problems converting these tonight. Haven't really had to throw the ball much for it. Been able to get big runs by Blesseye and Lee, even on 3rd downs.
Joseph Brennan into the game at the tailback position. This is going to be Elvington wanting to throw the football down the field. Pressure comes, and it's going to be incomplete. Trying to hit the big tight end, Devin Porter, looking for a flag, but it's incomplete, and Howe apparently is going to have to punt for the first time tonight, facing a 4th and 10 situation from the S&S 43-yard line.
Elvington dropped back to pass. He had Devin Jackson barreling down on him, had to hurry up and get rid of that. Almost got rid of it as he was going down to the ground, and luckily for the Bulldogs, that was not intercepted because it was heading right for a Ram defender.
So the punt team comes on, and Jalen Thornton will do the punting chores for the Bulldogs. He stands at his own 45-yard line. S&S rotates defenders, and he'll punt this one away. A high kick and a wobbly kick. It's going to bounce and may have hit a Ram at about the 5-yard line. They say it did not. It was one of the defenders. As a matter of fact, it's the young man who plays defensive tackle. That is Ace Mabry was back to return that thing, and it almost hit him, which would have been disaster for the Rams once again. But it bounces into the end zone for a touchback, and Howe will let the Rams have it at their own 20-yard line.
That was very close. Yeah, I thought Mabry may have got a finger on that as he kind of tried to field it haphazardly, and luckily for the Rams, he didn't touch it. It goes into the end zone, and Bulldogs will start on their own 20, moving right to left.
Deep in their own territory, S&S. Shotgun formation is Sloan, man in motion, and there was some movement up front. And this one is another penalty. It was the right tackle, I believe, who's bending over, not happy with himself, as I believe that might be. Well, there's a timeout on the field. S&S has taken one. We'll take one, too. We'll be right back right after this.
Exceeding your expectations is what we strive for here at Scoggins Funeral Home in Van Alstyne. Since the beginning, affordability has been at the top of our checklist. Every day, we're proving that funerals don't have to be expensive. From our facilities to having a personalized service, all of the details are addressed. Nothing can cause you more disappointment than poor quality. Make it special. Make it Scoggins Funeral Home. We put our name on it. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins are here with you in your time of need. Visit scogginsfuneralhome.com.
If you're looking for a welding company that will always meet your expectations, we are just the team you need. Robertson Welding Service can do industrial, commercial, or domestic. Robertson Welding Service guarantees the quality and satisfaction of your project at a fair price. We provide precision, custom, and repair service in all steels. We even weld aluminum and stainless. You can be comfortable that Robertson Welding Service is the right company for your project.
Apparently we're not going to get full 60s tonight during timeouts. Here's Sloan brings it down on a high snap, and the quarterback, third-string quarterback, will gain forward to over left guard for about a yard perhaps. And they'll spot it at somewhere. It's hard to see way down in the corner. We're on the very other side of the field. Apparently they'll give him 2 yards up to what appears to be the 17-yard line.
Again, another kind of a high snap there for Sloan, and it takes him about half a second to get that, but that gives him more time for the Bulldogs to get to him.
Mullinex stands right behind him. He's going to get the carry here and is met right at the line of scrimmage and brought down immediately. And this is going to be another 3rd down and long situation, as that was probably a yard loss. It looks like the line judge is standing at about the 16, which would make it a 1-yard loss.
Lee coming there from his linebacker position, found a hole there and able to swallow up the running back there for a loss and puts them again in a 3rd and long, 3rd and 14 situation for the Rams. This is where the Bulldogs, again, their defense played well last week and continue to do so tonight.
You would imagine they'd pin their ears back right here, 8:35 on the clock. Sloan in shotgun, 2 wings, man in motion, wants to throw. Looking down the field, wide open receiver, and it's caught and out of bounds at the 33-yard line. On the reception is going to be Baggs. Joey Baggs on the reception with 8:22 on the clock here in the second, and that's going to move the sticks.
Baggs streaking down the sidelines, just kind of found a hole there in the defense all by himself, and able to get a first down, convert that 3rd and long situation for the Rams. One of the first few times we've seen Sloan throw the ball.
17-yard gain on the pass and catch from Sloan to Baggs. 2 slots rather. Sloan, shotgun, man in motion. They're going to fake the hand to him. Sloan's going to keep it over left guard. Is hit by Elijah Campbell, but he tries to spin out of a tackle and finally brought down by Devin Porter as he spun out of Elijah Campbell's hit. But Porter was right there to capture him and bring him down after a minimal gain of about 3 yards.
Yeah, good job there by Porter to finish him off and slung him down rather rudely. Make sure he didn't go any further than the 2 or 3 yards.
It'll be 3 yards officially. 7:55 on the second quarter clock. 20-0, Howe in the lead. And just trying to get the football back and churn this clock. Shotgun with Mullinex standing right behind Sloan. Man in motion again. And that's Baggs. He's going to get the carry from left to right, and he's hit hard on the left edge. Howe defense has just been stingy in the first 2 weeks. And right there, a big pop. I believe that was Mason Riggs.
Trying to stretch the defense, trying to go on the jet sweep there, but Riggs was not having any of it, stayed in his lane and made a good open field tackle. Coach Jay talked about the little things that they want to capitalize on this or do better on this week. We're talking about open field tackle. Did a good job there by Riggs.
3rd down and 8 coming up for S&S as they're moving right to left. Sloan came off the field for a moment, wanted to talk to head coach James Gage, but now he trots back onto the field, calls the play in the huddle, comes back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 8. 2 men split wide to the right with 2 slots and Mullinex right behind Sloan in shotgun formation. Sends a man in motion, and Sloan's going to keep it right up the middle, and he's hit by Dyson Dillard after 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 yards. Not enough for a first down, but if S&S will go for it from 4th and about this situation a moment ago, you'd think they'd do it again. However, there's lots of substitutions here.
Looks like they're going to punt there, but good job by Dyson Dillard, a pillar in the middle of that 3-man defensive line. Stayed right there, stayed in his lane, and able to take down Sloan there for a minimal gain.
And it will be Aguilar back to punt this one away. I take that back. That's Ortega. Stands at his own 25-yard line. Arturo Lauder and Jalen Thornton stand at their own 30 to return this. Another high snap. This one's going to go back to about the 10-yard line. Trying to pick it up is Ortega. He's running for his life on the right side and down inside the 10 at about the 6-yard line.
I believe, is that Aiken? If you turn around, I believe that is...
it might be Harmon.
Ortega is able to
but either way, it was I believe that was Harmon there, number 4. Yeah, ball goes over the punter's head, and I tell you what, you think about that situation, trying to pick up the ball, and you got to try to either punt it or do something with it, and you got 4 opposing players coming right at you, and he tried to get away, but good job there by Harmon to take him down with a shoestring tackle, and Bulldogs now sitting in really good field position, 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
I was talking to Caroline. We'll check down with her in a moment. This is exactly how Howe scored 76 points here in 1991.
This looks familiar, huh?
Yeah, the S&S tried to punt on a windy night, rolled into their own end zone, recovered by Jared Kilo for a touchdown that night. Here's a handoff right up the middle, and barreling and rumbling, not in for the touchdown, but at the 1-yard line, I believe, a 6-yard gain by Blesseye.
He is met in the backfield, but he is...
Blesseye just making a living there, just in between the tackles on these hard runs. And I tell you what, I said last week, you're going to have to bring your hard hat and your lunch pail when you want to tackle guys like Blesseye and Lee, because they're not going to go down with just one hit.
Second down and goal coming up for Howe as Austin Lee is checked in at fullback. Spencer Akins, the tailback. This is a handoff to Lee over left guard, and he is in for the third time tonight. Austin Lee is in the end zone. It's touchdown time in Texas. 5:17 on the clock here in the second quarter, and Howe moves up 26-0, awaiting this PAT.
Yeah, Lee, just a quick handoff there, behind that left guard, and they're just having a hard time stopping this interior run game by the Bulldogs. It looks like they're going to kick the extra point.
Yeah, Callie Vick on for the PAT. Elvington to hold. The snap is better. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 27-0 now. Howe in the lead all over S&S here in the first half. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
If you're looking for a welding company that will always meet your expectations, we are just the team you need. Robertson Welding Service can do industrial, commercial, or domestic. Robertson Welding Service guarantees the quality and satisfaction of your project at a fair price. We provide precision, custom, and repair service in all steels. We even weld aluminum and stainless. You can be comfortable that Robertson Welding Service is the right company for your project. We can be found on Facebook, or you can call us at 903-328-6588. That's 903-328-6588.
Monty, that was Damius Karowski on the tackle. Hey, this is Michael Mosier. I may not be up in that luxury outdoor suite on top of the press box, but hey, I'm still supporting the Bulldogs. I'm proud to be a part of the Howe Athletic Booster Club, where it's only $25 to become a member. I may have retired from pronouncing those difficult names on Friday nights, but I can say go Dogs without batting an eye. Become a black and white, towel-waving Bulldog fan by signing up at each home game behind the home bleachers, and remember, Aljundo Dakenstater on the stop.
Welcome back, as here we are at Sadler, Texas, where Howe has a commanding 27-0 lead. We are not yet to half. 5:17 yet to go before the half. Callie Vick to boot away this Tech Wave kickoff. It's a line drive kick. Going to be a pretty good one. Caught and then dropped, picked up at the 20, and coming near side and brought down after about a 10-yard gain on the return up near the 30-yard line. And believe on the return
tackle made by number
is
21, Jamie
Cameron Felage. I can't even see in here tonight.
Samuel Cherry.
So we will start at their own 30-yard line with S&S and 5:10 on the clock. Let's recap the Exalt Realty scoring drive recap. 2 plays, 7 yards, and it didn't take any time off the clock at all. Maybe about 30 seconds is all. 1st and 10, S&S drop back, wants to throw the home run ball deep down the field in coverage, but right there is Brett Smith. His right foot was out of bounds, but they didn't see it, and he breaks away and goes down to about the 25-yard line. The official was right there as Smith's foot hit the right line at the 43-yard line. His right foot was on the line, but they did not see it, even though the official was right there.
I saw that too. As soon as he caught that ball, he had one foot right on the out-of-bounds line. I thought, I didn't hear a whistle, I didn't hear nothing. I thought, man, they're not going to call that.
He looked right at it, too.
A break for the Rams.
So a 46-yard gain, pass and catch there to the wide receiver, Blake Smith. And sets up a 1st and 10 for S&S on the Howe side. This is Sloan wanting to run the ball over left side. He gives Devin Porter a ride of about 4 or 5 yards, and Porter finally brings him down, but Sloan wasn't given away that easily. He drags him down to the 18-yard line, and that's a gain of about 6 yards.
Sloan 5'10", 175. Porter, I don't know how big Porter is, but he's bigger than 5'10", 175, and I tell you what, Sloan showed a little bit of power there and did carried Porter there for 2 or 3 yards.
A 46-yard pass and catch set up this 2nd and 4 situation in the Howe sideline now. And here is Sloan, man in motion, and he wants to pitch it out to Baggs. He's got a lot of room on their right side. He's got the 10. He's fast to the 5. He's in. S&S is on the board for the first time tonight as they punch it in with 3:54 left to go, and they're in the second quarter. Down 27-6 now, awaiting this PAT.
Baggs gets that ball into open field there on that little pitch out, And, when you get an open field like that and trying to catch him, that's on his strength right there, is to get there and use that speed and shiftiness that we talked about and able to go in for an 18-yard touchdown run.
So now we'll see if they elect to go for two, and it appears they will. There's a flag laying down on the ground, I believe, or is that just a towel?
I think that's a towel, a white towel at the 19.
So S&S going for a two-point conversion, down 27-6. Sloan, man in motion, wants to throw near side across the middle. It's going to be incomplete. Trying to hit Smith. Arturo Louder was in coverage. It's incomplete. And Howe holds on to a 27-6 lead with 3:54 left to go before the half. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, an old-school black and white Howe Bulldog. In criminal defense, you need someone who fights like a bulldog. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
The First Baptist Church here in Howe, Texas would like to invite you and your family to a celebration of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Each Sunday morning at 10:30, we meet for worship at 100 East Davis Street in Howe. Prior to that, we have relevant Bible fellowships for all ages beginning at 9:15. Join us each week to declare the hope that is found only in Christ. Be ready to experience the life-changing power of the gospel. There is only one message for every generation, and that message is Jesus.
We're just about ready for the Tech Wave kickoff, but the Exalt Realty scoring drive recap was 3 plays, 70 yards for S&S. 46-yard pass and catch was the big one, and the kick is going to sail out of bounds, and we'll see what Howe elects to do as there's a flag.
Goes out of bounds.
But the big play was the pass and catch from Sloan to Baggs, I believe. Smith, rather.
Yeah, I think it was Smith. Yeah.
Smith caught the 46-yarder with his foot on the line, turned around and ran for more yards.
In front of the official.
That's okay. That's all right. I mean, you're not going to complain 27-6, right? 3:54 left to go before the half. But the scoring drive recap, and the drive only took a minute and a half off the clock for S&S, which is not real good if you're S&S, because that means Howe's going to get the ball back, and they're going to keep it probably for the remainder of this first half. If Howe does what they normally do, they'll keep it for this 3:54 and go to half. And if Howe's lucky, they'll go to the half with another touchdown and the entire clock. So
the Bulldogs are going to take the ball.
Bulldogs are going to accept the penalty.
So they'll take it at the 37, at their own 37-yard line.
You know, I was going to say, Monty, on that last drive, defensively and now offensively, when you get big up in games like this, you start to get kind of lackadaisical and complacent. That's what you don't want to do, is give them confidence. And they showed that on the last drive offensively to march down the field. We had the questionable call down the pass, but stuff like that happens. Offensively, you want to get back in your groove, run the ball.
1st and 10, left to right. Here's Austin. That's Cameron Blesseye, rather, trying to find the left edge. Lowers his shoulder and gets out to the 44-yard line, 43-yard line perhaps, gain of about 6. We'll check down with Caroline Slauson, our Night Furniture sideline reporters. Caroline, how's the atmosphere down there on the sidelines?
The atmosphere down here is we're still rocking.
Are you still cheering?
I am. But I'm telling you, who has the best seat in this house? That's Coach Dickey and Mr. Thornhill. They're sitting in their car in the AC just right out here by this, besides this white gate. So if that's where anyone wants to be, that's where you want to be.
That's how you do it. Here is Austin Lee fighting forward for a first down. It looked like for a moment he was going to have a yard, perhaps, maybe 2. But just as his touchdown a moment ago, his legs never stop, and he keeps churning and keeps churning. And that time he churned for about 5 yards and a first down. And we have an S&S player who is down, and he will be attended to here in just a moment. And I'll tell you what, while he's down, we'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
To compete at the highest level, you need reliable teammates to share the load, strong leadership, and unquestionable character. It's true in athletics and it's true with financial services. At Independent Bank, we understand success on the field is a result of unseen hours of hard work and preparation long before the first whistle. Visit any of our branches and you'll find local bankers invested in the community, committed to building strong business partnerships and helping families reach their financial goals. Independent Bank is proud to be a part of Howe Student Athletics. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, bring it back here to S&S here at Sadler, Texas. Our looks like the injured player is walking gingerly off the field. Looks like that's number 2.
That's Baggs.
Joey Baggs. That's a key player on at least on the offensive side as well as defensive side of the ball, and he's having a hard time getting back to the sidelines.
Hey guys, I don't mean to interrupt you, but number 2, if he's out, that makes the 11th player on the S&S team that's injured.
That is amazing. 11th player.
As we look over here on the S&S sidelines, you see 2 players in crutches. You see a couple of players in street clothes. So yeah, it's looking like an infirmary unit over here on the Rams sidelines.
It's difficult on any team, but small schools, gosh, those injuries could really hurt you. The Division II, Class 3A teams and below, man, that just can wipe you out.
Not a lot of depth here. It may give an opportunity for a JV player here in the next coming weeks, but yeah, you hate to see guys like that go down.
1st and 10 for Howe as Lee picked up the first down and kept his legs moving up to the 48-yard line, just shy of midfield. Toss right side. Brennan looking for a hole, and he'll finally lower his shoulder at about the line of scrimmage as he turned around the right edge, and he'll gain maybe 1 close to midfield at the 49-yard line.
Good job there on Brennan on that toss there, on that handoff. I think it was a toss there. He kind of waited for his holes to develop, didn't just shoot right through and see if he can make anything. He kind of waited for his holes to develop and got him a couple of yards out of that.
So 2nd down and 9 coming up for Howe. The clock's still rolling, 2:23, and Elvington will go under center with 2 men in the backfield, which is Blessai and Riggs. This is a toss left side. Blessai, he's got a lot of room, crosses midfield, 45, 1st down to the 40-yard line. And I think they'll spot him right at the 38, so a nice run there.
What I love seeing that, Monty, was Blessai running, and you see Mason Riggs block his guy, and he blocked him 10 yards down the field, clearing the path there for Blessai.
13 yards for Blessai, and that'll give Howe another 1st and 10 as we hit. As soon as they move the sticks and get them set, we're going to hit the 2-minute mark here pretty quickly. Howe leading 27-6. And I think we're still waiting on the
did he go out of bounds?
Maybe he went out of bounds, perhaps. Austin Lee into the game, and he'll get the carry over left tackle, and he's fighting for more yardage, at least 5 yards right here. We're going to have to call him 5-yard Austin. There was a kid years ago from McKinney North. His name was Chase Barrett. We called him 5-yard Barrett because every time he touched the ball, he was good for at least 5, a minimum of 5. And that seems to be the way Austin Lee is these days.
Well, he come into this game averaging about 6.7 yards a game, and gets about 3 or 4 on those, and moves the pile when he's tackled at first.
2nd down and 6. A lot of movement by Howe. Elvington goes under center, handoff right side, met right at the line of scrimmage is Blessai, trying to strip it as he turned around, but a flag down from the back judge, and a minimal gain, if any, but we'll have to check the flag. And Blessai's coming out.
Blessai looked like he got about got his head ripped off on a face mask.
Personal foul, chop block.
It'll be, if you heard the PA, it's a personal foul chop block against Howe. And with $1:25 left to go before the half, you don't want to get sloppy here. You want to have, even though you've dominated the first half, you still want to go into the half with momentum. You don't want to get complacent, as we mentioned, and sloppy. And you go from kind of being the coach's favorite to being in the outhouse at halftime. Nobody likes that.
Yeah, because you don't want that to carry over into the third quarter, especially with S&S getting the ball to start the third.
So the ball now at the 49-yard line, just barely in the S&S side of the field. And this is Bryce Cranston at quarterback. Drops back, looks to throw deep down the field. Has wide open Devin Porter, but he can't make the catch. He spun around a couple of times, and the ball just goes over his fingertips. as I don't know if it was thrown on one side of him or the other, but he was trying to bring it in and got spun around, and it falls incomplete. 4th down and 21 coming up.
We saw Krantz last week late in the game was a nice little spark plug for the Bulldogs. Didn't see much of it, didn't see his arm last week, but saw it there. Able to toss it pretty good. Just, I guess, work on his accuracy a little bit.
3rd down and 21, I believe. And this is going to be the same thing. Krantz wants to throw. Flush down to the pocket. He's running, and now he looks like Romo running around for his life. A flag is down, and so is Krantz at the 45-yard line. And S&S says they have the football.
And I think they do. I haven't seen indication, but
we'll have to check the flag and see what that is. And if it's against Howe, it'll be declined. And apparently S&S will have the ball. It's a holding call against Howe. And S&S has recovered a fumble.
And that's got to give S&S life. They've got the ball now at the Bulldog 46-yard line. 1:04 left. Plenty of time. 2 timeouts in their back pocket. And if they were able to score here before the end of the half, they're right back in this ball game here because they get the ball again in the 3rd quarter.
It would not be a happy halftime if they're able to score here right before the half. 1:04 on the clock. S&S has the ball at the 46-yard line of Howe. Shotgun formation is Sloan with Mullinex standing right behind him. Sloan wants to throw down the field. It's going to be caught at the 40, and out of bounds is Smith, and drilled late almost out of bounds by Elijah Campbell. No flag there.
That's complete.
But it's going to be close to a 1st down, and I believe it is, as Smith made his way to the 35-yard line.
We're seeing the Rams start to pass the ball a little bit more on each drive, and that may be giving Sloan a little bit of confidence here.
So this drive started at their own, or at the Howe 46, now up to the 35. There's 58 seconds left to go before the half. 2 men split out right, 1 to the left. Man in motion is going to be Derek Jackson. He gets the hand. Looking for the far side. Spencer Akins is right there along with other 2 Bulldogs to bring him down for a big loss. And the clock is rolling inside 50 and now stopped at 47.8 seconds.
Jackson trying to get around that right side there and try to stiff arm Aiken. Aiken was having none of it and held on and brought him down for a loss. It'll be a timeout here for the Rams. Come back, they'll be 2nd and 14.
We're going to take 1-2. We'll be right back right after this.
Looking to purchase a home? Michelle Castle and the team at Guild Mortgage Sherman are excited to announce 321 Home, our new exclusive program that gives first-time home buyers a $2,000 gift card to Home Depot and $1,500 towards closing costs. For more information, call us at 903-957-3100. That's 903-957-3100. Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender. Company NMLS number 3274.
47.8 seconds left to go before the half. Howe leading 27-6. Just got a big play right there by Spencer Akins around that right edge that Devin Jackson was trying to hit. Didn't fool Akins at all as he was right there. And the Bulldog D has done pretty well tonight. Another great performance by this defense.
And you like to see that with the type of offense that the Bulldogs run, that slot T that eats up a lot of clock, and then defensively able to slow down their opponents and make them work for their yards. That's a nice for the Bulldogs.
2nd down and 14. Sloan wants to throw the home run ball deep down the field, and wide open right there is the receiver Mullinex out of the backfield who makes the catch at the 20-yard line, and he is brought down by Jalen Thornton. But 38 seconds on the clock, and S&S is in business here.
Boy, he lofted that ball in the air. It seemed like it stayed out there forever. And Thornton had fallen down in coverage.
19 yards on the pass and catch. 38 seconds, and another timeout has been called. We'll take another one. We'll be right back right after this.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8.
Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles and a little message for our Howe Bulldog football players.
Go Bulldogs, fight Bulldogs, win, win, win. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Hey, Caroline, our Night Furniture sideline reporter, is there any nervousness going on down there from the coaching staff?
We got her on.
Yeah, I believe so. She She's cheering down there. She can't hear me. She's doing cheers.
I'm trying to see if I see her. Oh, I see her.
38.2 seconds on the clock as S&S 1st and 10 at the Howe 20-yard line. Shotgun for Sloan. You bet he's throwing. Drops back 2 steps, looks near side pressure, but he gets it away, and it's going to be intercepted by Jalen Thornton at the 7-yard line.
Guys, I didn't even have my earpiece in. All I heard was she's doing cheers. But I did see that interception, though.
Yeah, that was a nice one, and I thought for a moment it was going to fall incomplete as 2 defenders banged into each other again trying to go for the interception, but Thornton this time comes down with it.
And Austin Lee was barreling down on Sloan. Sloan had to kind of throw that up, and good job there by Thornton. He just kind of played center field back there and just kind of waited for it to come down. It was thrown way up there in the air, and Bulldogs able to dodge one here late in the first half, and I would think at this point they'll
take a knee.
Either knee or just a knee here. He can go in the locker room with this lead they got.
I think they'll be content with a 27-6 lead and just take a knee right here. I don't see why there's any need for anything else, and that's what Elvington and company will do. They'll take a knee, and that'll be the end of the first half, as long as nobody calls a timeout here, and I don't think anybody will. That is the end of the first half, and it's been a pretty good one for Howe, especially on the scoreboard, 27-6. There's been some penalties, and there's been some frustrating times at times during this first half, but overall, I think the coaching staff's got to be pretty happy with a 27-6 lead.
Yeah, I think they like it. I think the end of the first half there looked like the Rams were starting to get kind of some momentum, get some life. But the Bulldogs stay true, especially on defensive side of the ball, and able to stop them when they needed to. And they got some things they'll need to work on during halftime, but I'm sure Coach Jay's on top of that, and look forward to a good second half.
We're going to take a quick time out, and when we come back, it'll be the halftime show, which is your friends Caroline and Justin White. We'll be back right after this.
Exceeding your expectations is what we strive for here at Scoggins Funeral Home in Van Alstyne. Since the beginning, affordability has been at the top of our checklist. Every day, we're proving that funerals don't have to be expensive. From our facilities to having a personalized service, all of the details are addressed. Nothing can cause you more disappointment than poor quality. Make it special. Make it Scoggins Funeral Home. We put our name on it. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins are here with you in your time of need. Visit scogginsfuneralhome.com.
If you're looking for a welding company that will always meet your expectations, we are just the team you need. Robertson Welding Service can do industrial, commercial, or domestic. Robertson Welding Service guarantees the quality and satisfaction of your project at a fair price. We provide precision, custom, and repair service in all steels. We even weld aluminum and stainless. You can be comfortable that Robertson Welding Service is the right company for your project. We can be found on Facebook, or you can call us at 903-328-6588. That's 903-328-6588.
Monty, that was Damius Karowski on the tackle. Hey, this is Michael Mosier. I may not be up in that luxury outdoor suite on top of the press box, but hey, I'm still supporting the Bulldogs. I'm proud to be a part of the Howe Athletic Booster Club, where it's only $25 to become a member. I may have retired from pronouncing those difficult names on Friday nights, but I can say go Dogs without batting an eye. Become a black and white, towel-waving Bulldog fan by signing up at each home game behind the home bleachers, and remember, Aljundo Dakenstater on the stop.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, an old-school black and white Howe Bulldog. In criminal defense, you need someone who fights like a Bulldog. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
Welcome to the Howe Bulldogs halftime show. Now let's join Justin White and Caroline Slauson.
Man, I just made it up here in time. I'm so out of breath. You know what? I gotta thank you guys for that sweet Caroline introduction that y'all give. I went to the restroom before the game, and I came out, and there were people singing it to me. So, thank you.
So you hear it from the booth, and you hear it on the from the crowd too.
Thank you so much, guys. Well, Justin, What do you think of that first half? I'm telling you, it's amazing down
What's it like
there.
on the sidelines? Let me ask you
It's
that. I mean,
so,
are
I
they?
gotta say, I'm gonna say it's probably a lot cooler down there than it is up here. But man, they're pumped down there. They're doing great, both sides of the ball.
Even with kind of late in the second half when things were kind of starting to go, had the late touchdown there by SNS. Things on the sideline didn't go bad or anything. Everybody kind of stayed focused.
Actually, right there at the end when they huddled up, Coach Zagleski just said, "Use your killer instinct." So that's what they did.
Well, we're here at halftime, 27-6. The Bulldogs lead the SNS Rams. I'm Justin White alongside Caroline Slauson here for our little halftime show. It's Monty's giving us the reins for second week in a row. As far as the first half goes, especially that first quarter, the Bulldogs, possession after possession, continue to keep scoring. Austin Lee's got 3 touchdowns so far, a 19-yard touchdown run, a 17-yard touchdown run, then a 2-yard touchdown run, and then along with Blesseye, along with the touchdown from Blesseye. And the only dark spot, I guess, for the Bulldogs was the touchdown they gave up to Joey Baggs there late in the first half. They did have a fumble there late in the first half. They ended up dodging that bullet there, got the interception back, and were able to keep the Ram damage minimal.
You're talking about on the Bulldogs on offense doing great, and they are, but on the other side of the ball, defense, Porter, Riggs, a big stop by Spencer Akins earlier, of course, the interception by Thornton. So both sides of the ball are really working together great here tonight.
Yeah, and Coach Jay, he's prides himself on defense. He talked about in the coaches show that defense wins championships. Even made a little reference to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Monty let him get away with that one. But yeah, he prides himself on that defense, and that defense has done a pretty good job here these first 2 weeks. One thing I was telling Monty earlier was that not to get complacent here in the second half, that you get big leads like that and start to get lackadaisical and give life to SNS and make this into a ball game when it really doesn't need to be.
Yes, I had a point, and it just slipped my mind. I have to say, I've been watching the band, and it has. I know what it was. So, reading the pregame notes that Monty sent us, the history of these two teams seem to be a pretty high-scoring game. 76-0. Bulldogs won back in 91?
I believe so. Yeah, 91.
Yeah. So hopefully this game, fingers crossed. Don't want to jinx anything, but maybe going the same way, high-scoring in our favor.
Yeah. Well, we want to take a break real quick. We'll see if we can get some scores from around the area.
Absolutely.
Back with our halftime show here in just a few moments.
First Baptist Church here in Howe, Texas would like to invite you and your family to a celebration of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Each Sunday morning at 10:30, we meet for worship at 100 East Davis Street in Howe. Prior to that, we have relevant Bible fellowships for all ages beginning at 9:15. Join us each week to declare the hope that is found only in Christ. Be ready to experience the life-changing power of the gospel. There is only one message for every generation, and that message is Jesus.
Looking to purchase a home? Michelle Castle and the team at Guild Mortgage Sherman are excited to announce 321 Home, our new exclusive program that gives first-time homebuyers a $2,000 gift card to Home Depot and $1,500 towards closing costs. For more information, call us at 903-957-3100. That's 903-957-3100. Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender. Company NMLS number 3274.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8.
Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles and a little message for our Howe Bulldog football players.
Go Bulldogs, fight Bulldogs, win, win, win. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at MrRedInsurance.com.
Coach,
To compete at the highest level, you need reliable teammates to share the load, strong leadership, and unquestionable character. It's true in athletics, and it's true with financial services. At Independent Bank, we understand success on the field is a result of unseen hours of hard work and preparation long before the first whistle. Visit any of our branches, and you'll find local bankers invested in the community, committed to building strong business partnerships and helping families reach their financial goals. Independent Bank is proud to be a part of Howe Student Athletics. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Justin and Caroline back in the booth for your halftime show. 27-6 Howe on top of SNS at SNS Stadium at Ram Stadium here tonight halftime. For some scores in the area, we'll just go down the list here. Van Alstyne and Sunnyvale playing tonight halftime in VA, 17-0 Sunnyvale on top of Van Alstyne. We got Wolf City playing Bells tonight, 12-0 at halftime in Bells. Wolf City on top of the Panthers.
Bulldogs will see Bells next week.
That's right. That's right.
It's homecoming.
Already?
It's already homecoming.
Oh
if I'm not mistaken, I
gotta get my mom. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. What if I showed up with a mom? Justin? What would
you have mom on the sidelines. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm already out of breath. I don't have anything on. I don't have a mom on.
You want to do cheerleading? Have the mom? And
yeah, I'm just gonna go back to high school.
You graduated in 08, right?
Yep.
You got a 10-year. Yeah.
Yes. So White Wright and Honey Grove tonight at halftime. Playing in White Wright, 8-0 Honey Grove on top of White Wright. And Gunner Tigers playing the Pottsboro Cardinals tonight in Pottsboro. It is halftime on that game. Gunner, number 5 in their district in the state. Not the district, their class.
Mm-hmm.
Gunner on top of Pottsboro at half, 13-0.
Pottsboro on top of Gunner?
Yes.
Oh wow.
No, other way around.
Gunner on top. Okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Did I? Okay, I was.
No, you said it right. I was.
Got me nervous right there. And then Anna playing Eastern Hills Highlanders. I've never heard of that school. Have you?
Which one is it?
Eastern Hills Highlanders.
I have not.
No, but Anna is winning 13-0 at half.
Anything else?
Got any scores?
I'm looking for mine right now.
You know, I'm actually looking at for teams that are, of course, in our district, but my app, which I think is your app too, unfortunately, is not. Said they played the 7th, which I guess is today the 7th. I don't even know.
Yeah, today's the 7th.
Yeah, and they're all coming in final 0-0. They all tied at 0 according to my app. So I don't have any district scores, unfortunately, this week.
Did you see about the Sherman score?
Yes, I do have the Sherman score. Sherman
14-7. Sherman leading.
At the half. Good job. I've never heard of the Brewer Bears.
I have not heard. Yeah.
We're gonna take it. If you think I'm such a Sherman fan, I worked with the Sherman broadcast crew for the past 6 years, so they do hold a special place in my heart. So also Denison, I did work for them too. Denison playing in Frisco Centennial tonight. 7 minutes, 13 seconds left in the second quarter. Centennial on top of Denison, 28-14.
One other one too. I don't know if you put this one. Munster leading Lindsay, 21-10. You talk about Wolf City beating Bells, 12-0 right now. Again, the Bulldogs face Bells next week. Prairie Land leading Tom Bean, 14-12.
Assistant Captain Haley Morgan.
And I think that's all I got right now. You talked about Sunnyvale overall. Van Alstyne.
Yep.
Who lost last week, will go to 0-2 if they aren't able to pull this one out tonight.
I wouldn't be mad at that. Does that mean, should I say that?
Sophomore.
Battle of the Spear coming up at the end of the year.
That's right. That's an exciting one. Well, Monty is back. He'll be back to join us right after the break. 27-6 here at halftime. We'll be
Freshman.
Hey Bulldogs, great news. I'm your hometown realtor and I'm also a Bulldog. Hello, I'm Kevin Sarles and I'm with Exalt Realty. I wanted to tell you about the new 3-2-1 program for our new home buyers or those who haven't owned a home in 3 years. A $1,500 grant is tied to the program and a $2,000 gift card at a local major retailer is available. This promotion is for a limited time and qualifications do apply. Call me anytime, 903-821-4163.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. For complete information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
Welcome back, as that is a very, very loud halftime that they've got going on there. We'll try to turn that mic down a little bit, but man, that's loud. Let's go over the Let's go over the halftime stats. A big, huge thank you to Stephen Braswell, who did an outstanding job on these stats in the first half. For the first time, I think, in Howe Bulldog land, we've got stats for the first half. That's pretty awesome.
Nice.
So, leading rusher, who do you think it is?
I'm going to say Blesseye.
Blesseye, 11 carries, 107 yards in the first half. And the big one was the 51-yarder. He has a touchdown also. Austin Lee has 5 carries for 48 yards. He has 3 touchdowns tonight. Joseph Brennan has 2 carries for 18 yards. And Spencer Akins has 3 carries for 18 yards. Louder has 2 carries for 5 yards. And Mason Riggs, 1 carry for 4. And Bryce Krantz, 1 carry for -6. Pam Kirby, she checked in here. I don't know. We have to find out what Pam Kirby. Pardon me for calling her Pam Langford. I went to school with her for 12 years when she was Pam Langford. Now all of a sudden she decided to get married about 20 years ago, and now I've got to call her something else. Is there something you needed, Miss Kirby? Well, they were introducing a girl named, a cheerleader for SNS named Walker, and I just said, hey, she did really good. That's all I said. So, sorry. That was Howe's cheerleading coach, Pam Kirby, Langford Kirby. And so we gave you the halftime stats rushing for Howe. 25 carries, 176 yards at the half for Howe, and that's pretty impressive. The passing stats for Howe, Elvington was 1 out of 2, no interceptions, and 12 yards passing. Bryce Krantz completed 1 pass, his only attempt. And receiving, Blesseye caught the only pass from Elvington that was completed, and that was for 12 yards. Checking over with the SNS Rams. They are led on the ground by Joey Baggs, but he's out of the game. 4 carries for 23 yards for Baggs. He scored the touchdown for SNS, but he was carried off at the half. Don't think he's coming back. Next up is the quarterback, Sloan, 6 carries for 22 yards for the quarterback. And also Mullinex, 4 carries for 5 yards. And Jackson had 1 carry. Devin Jackson on that jet sweep to the right. It was a 1 carry for a -4. He was met in the mouth by Spencer Akins for a big 4-yard loss. So SNS has 15 carries for 46 yards and 1 touchdown at the half. Passing, Sloan is 4 out of 5. That's where they've done some damage. He has thrown 1 interception, however, and that's to Jalen Thornton here just before the half. And receiving-wise, it is Smith. Blake Smith, 2 catches for 57 yards. Joey Baggs, 1 for 17. And Mullinex caught 1 for 19. So 4 catches, 93 yards receiving for the Rams. Of course, 4 out of 5. 1 interception, 93 yards for Sloan, the quarterback. We're going to take a quick timeout. That is your halftime stats. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back right after this.
Monty, that was Damius Karowski on the tackle. Hey, this is Michael Mosier. I may not be up in that luxury outdoor suite on top of the press box, but hey, I'm still supporting the Bulldogs. I'm proud to be a part of the Howe Athletic Booster Club, where it's only $25 to become a member. I may have retired from pronouncing those difficult names on Friday nights, but I can say go Dogs without batting an eye. Become a black and white, towel-waving Bulldog fan by signing up at each home game behind the home bleachers, and remember, Aljundo Dakenstater on the stop.
If you're looking for a welding company that will always meet your expectations, we are just the team you need. Robertson Welding Service can do industrial, commercial, or domestic. Robertson Welding Service guarantees the quality and satisfaction of your project at a fair price. We book, or you can call us at 903-328-6588. That's 903-328-6588.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, an old-school black and white Howe Bulldog. In criminal defense, you need someone who fights like a bulldog. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
The First Baptist Church here in Howe, Texas would like to invite you and your family to a celebration of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Each Sunday morning at 10:30, we meet for worship at 100 East Davis Street in Howe. Prior to that, we have relevant Bible fellowships for all ages beginning at 9:15. Join us each week to declare the hope that is found only in Christ. Be ready to experience the life-changing power of the gospel. There is only one message for every generation, and that message is Jesus.
Looking to purchase a home? Michelle Castle and the team at Guild Mortgage Sherman are excited to announce 321 Home, our new exclusive program that gives first-time homebuyers a $2,000 gift card to Home Depot and $1,500 towards closing costs. For more information, call us at 903-957-3100. That's 903-957-3100. Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender. Company NMLS number 3274.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8.
Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles and a little message for our Howe Bulldog football players.
Go Bulldogs, fight Bulldogs, win, win, win. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at mredinsurance.com.
To compete at the highest level, you need reliable teammates to share the load, strong leadership, and unquestionable character. It's true in athletics, and it's true with financial services. At Independent Bank, we understand success on the field is a result of unseen hours of hard work and preparation long before the first whistle. Visit any of our branches, and you'll find local bankers invested in the community, committed to building strong business partnerships and helping families reach their financial goals. Independent Bank is proud to be a part of Howe Student Athletics. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. For complete information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
Hey Bulldogs, great news. I'm your hometown realtor and I'm also a Bulldog. Hello, I'm Kevin Sarles and I'm with Exalt Realty. I wanted to tell you about the new 321 program for our new home buyers or those who haven't owned a home in 3 years. A $1,500 grant is tied to the program and a $2,000 gift card at a local major retailer is available. This promotion is for a limited time and qualifications do apply. Call me anytime, 903-821-4163.
Exceeding your expectations is what we strive for here at Scoggins Funeral Home in Van Alstyne. Since the beginning, affordability has been at the top of our checklist. Every day, we're proving that funerals don't have to be expensive. From our facilities to having a personalized service, all of the details are addressed. Nothing can cause you more disappointment than poor quality. Make it special. Make it Scoggins Funeral Home. We put our name on it. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins are here with you in your time of need. Visit scogginsfuneralhome.com.
If you're looking for a welding company that will always meet your expectations, we are just the team you need. Robertson Welding Service can do industrial, commercial, or domestic. Robertson Welding Service guarantees the quality and satisfaction of your project at a fair price. We provide precision, custom, and repair service in all steels. We even weld aluminum and stainless. You can be comfortable that Robertson Welding Service is the right company for your project. We can be found on Facebook, or you can call us at 903-328-6588. That's 903-328-6588.
Welcome back. Here we are at the half. It's very quiet out there. Our crowd mic is pointed toward the SNS. Well, it's actually pointed at the field, but we're on the SNS side, and it's just kind of quiet over here tonight. And I guess that's what happens when you're down 27-6 at the half. So let's recap. I'll give this back to you, Mr. Braswell. We'll recap the first half for you as Howe won the toss. Mason Riggs called tails and worked out pretty good for Mr. Riggs as Howe took the ball at their own 31-yard line to start the first half. Quickly went 7 plays and 69 yards. Much of it was eaten up by a 51-yard run by Cameron Blesseye, and it was capped off with a 19-yard run by his fullback counterpart, Austin Lee. It was a bad snap and hold on the PAT, and Howe led 6-0 with 8:16 left to go in the first. SNS took the ball for the first time and ran one play, only because they snapped it right over the head of the quarterback, in which Arturo Louder recovered it, and that gave Howe the ball at the SNS 9-yard line. 3 plays later, it was a touchdown by Blesseye of 2 yards, and Howe went for 2, came up unsuccessful, and had a 12-0 lead with 6:58 left to go in the first quarter. SNS' first successful drive, other than the one play, was a 3-play drive and ended in a punt, and they gave it right back to Howe at their own 37-yard line. And Howe drove 6 plays, 63 yards, and punched it in with a 17-yard run by Austin Lee. Finally, the Bulldogs were able to punch in a 2-point conversion, and Cameron Blesseye did that, and Howe led 20-0 with $1:30 left to go in the first quarter. It was a big lead early for Howe. SNS's next possession started at their own 35-yard line, drove past the 38, went into the second quarter before they turned it over on downs to Howe. But Howe had to punt for the first time, and they gave SNS the ball back at their own 20, and a penalty pushed them back even further to the 15-yard line. But SNS was unable to do anything with that drive, although they did run 7 plays, but a bad snap got them. And Howe took the ball at the 7-yard line after the fumble. And it was a 1-yard touchdown by Austin Lee that capped off the 2-play 7-yard drive and gave Howe the 27-0 lead with 5:17 left to go before the half. Callie Vick booted the PAT for the 27th point. SNS's next possession, finally some positive yardage, as an 18-yard touchdown pass to Joey Baggs. The 2-point conversion was no good, but SNS all of a sudden got back in the game 27-6 as they ran that 3-play 70-yard drive mostly through the air. Howe took it back with 3:54 left to go before the half at their own 37-yard line. Drove it 7 plays, however, a fumble by Krantz gave it back to SNS right before the half. However, Jalen Thornton intercepted a Cole Sloan pass at about the 7-yard line. Howe took 1 snap, and that was the end of the first half. And the Bulldogs are now entering the field. As you can hear the far side, the fight song as they just ran through the tunnel. And the second half is just about to be underway as Howe should be kicking here to start this second half. And SNS will start with the football, although SNS is almost out of players. They're running thin, especially in the skill set positions, as they've lost their starting quarterback, Jace Howard. They lost their backup quarterback last week, Jake Reynolds. So they have their wide receiver in at quarterback now. Cole Sloan played a week ago, but he's supposed to be playing wide receiver right now. The running back, Rory Aguilar, he's on crutches to start the game. And Joey Baggs, who caught the long touchdown, the sophomore, caught a long pass and scored on a long run, he was carted off right before the half. And he is not back.
And you got to think about for the Bulldogs, they're playing, like I said, third string quarterbacks here. And good thing that these guys are out. You hate to see them injured, but.
Here's the kick, and it's going to be taken at the 28-yard line. Coming near side, breaking a tackle is Austin Mullinex. And a flag is down right where Austin Mullinex is at the 41-yard line.
Number 24 with the tackle.
Riggs with the tackle, and let's see what the flag is.
The flag is right at the 41, right where Mullinex was tackled.
Personal foul against the Bulldogs.
So that'll give SNS pretty good field position to start on the Howe side after the penalty. Right now it's at the 41. So you would think this one would be on the other 44-yard line.
Here starting the second half, one thing they want to do is probably shore up that passing game, on their coverages. Was that Sloan went for 93 yards there in the first half, and close to the end of the first half, he was starting to get something going there with his passing game a little bit, and it's got to be something the Bulldogs focused on defensively. Was trying to stop that air attack.
I'm going to raise the window up a little bit, see if that helps any. And now the officials will step this one off. Again, the officials tonight: referee Ricky McGee, the umpire Andy Dean, the head linesman Larry Conwright, the line judge Scott Slayton, and the back judge Kurt Shaughnessy. They're out of the Dallas chapter. They'll spot the ball at the 45-yard line in Howe territory, and that's where the SNS Rams will start this second half right here. It's getting kind of warm up here. First down and 10, right to left goes SNS, and they're all red jerseys, gold numbers, and gold stripes right over their shoulder pads. Sloan in shotgun. He wants to run right up the middle, and he's going to gain a few, maybe 4, close to the 40 at the 41-yard line.
Just kind of got the keeper, and it was a quarterback draw right up the gut there, right between the center and the left guard. And kind of, there wasn't a big hole, just kind of made himself skinny and got him about 4 yards, bringing second down and 6 here for the Rams. Again, starting in Bulldog territory. And if they can get a touchdown here on this drive, this game gets a little bit more interesting.
SNS will send 3 receivers out to the right, and 2 men flanked right beside Sloan, who's in shotgun formation. Mullinex to his left. Wants it, gets it, handoff Mullinex, trying to find the corner. He's fast. He's got the 40, and he's brought down at about the 37-yard line. Close to a first down, a little bit short.
Austin Mullinex.
But he got a great spot. They're going to spot him just a yard short of the first down, as he must have fell forward a little bit. Mullinex looked like he was shot out of a cannon there.
Man, he got some speed. He got into an open field there, and luckily the Bulldogs were able to tackle him before he got to the first down marker. But we haven't seen him much of that speed, but man, he gets an open field. He's gonna be hard to tackle.
5-yard gain for Mullinex. It's third down and 1. 10:34 on the clock. Just started the second half. Sloan is going to give it. No, he's going to keep it on the left side. He's got the first down and more. And tackled around the legs by Arturo Lauder at the 28-yard line, but a big gainer right there.
And you start seeing this offense, but you got jet sweeps, and you got guys in motion, receivers in motion. You got so many different options here in the spread offense. You spread everybody out wide, then quarterback keeps the ball and runs right up the middle, and they've got something cooking here on this drive.
Ball at the 27-yard line. A 9-yard gain there by Sloan. First and 10. Mullinex stands right behind Sloan, who's in the gun. Really the pistol look and 2 slots, and the whistles will fly before this one can get underway. Officials are saying something to Caden Harmon on the far side. Is the cornerback on that far side has to come out. Not sure exactly what's going on.
I don't either. I don't know what
Harmon has to come out, and checking in is Bryce Krantz. So 1st and 10 look here. Man in motion. And Austin Mullinex gets the hand. And he's going to run around the left edge trying to fight for yardage. Can't do it. He's brought down by Jalen Thornton along with his brother, J.D. Thornton. And the Thornton boys.
Hard run there by Mullinex. Good job by Thornton. He got some speed himself, able to stay with Mullinex there and bring him down for a minimal gain. 2nd down and 9.
Well, we'll call it no gain at the 27-yard line. 9:29 and rolling here in the third quarter. Howe with a commanding 27-6 lead, but S&S trying to chew away at that a little bit. We'll send 3 receivers out to the right side on 2nd down and 10. 2nd down and 9, rather. And this is going to be Sloan running right over left guard. He's got a seam. Finally brought down by J.D. Thornton at the 20-yard line. A nice gain again by Sloan. And Howe looks a little bit complacent here.
Yeah, we talked about that, about trying to stay focused and trying to have that. Caroline Slauson talked about, Coach Zagleski, that killer instinct they need to have. They need to keep that, even though they're up by 21, by 3 touchdowns. They need to keep that killer instinct right now.
3rd and 2 for S&S at the 20-yard line of Howe. 8:45 on the clock here in the third quarter, and it is rolling. Sloan will stand in the gun about 5 yards deep from the line of scrimmage, and he's going to hand it off. No, he's going to keep it right up the middle, brought down by Porter, who drags him down from behind. But I believe Sloan is going to have enough for a first down at the 19-yard line, maybe the 18-yard line.
I think
Stephen Braswell, our spotter, says it's going to be a little bit short, and it is. It's 4th down and 1 coming up.
I thought Porter grabbed him. I thought Porter maybe dragged him across the first down line is what I thought there, but yeah, they're going to mark him just a yard short, and this is obviously 4-down territory for the Rams.
So ball spotted at the 19 as we hit the 8-minute mark here in the third quarter. Trips to the right. 2 backs flank Sloan right beside him in the pistol. And he's going to try to run it for the first down. Has it over left guard, maybe over center. And he'll finally be slung down at the 14-yard line, but a new fresh set of downs for S&S.
They collapsed the pocket, but he was keeping it the whole time and able to just kind of wait for a hole to open up, and found a crease and able to get about 4 or 5 yards on that one.
Yeah, 5-yard gain for Sloan. 7:48 on the clock. He comes over to the side to talk to Coach Gage and now comes back in the huddle, and he'll relay the play and send out 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and 2 slots. Sloan himself will stand back about 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage, barking, wanting the football as we hit 7:38, and he wants to run again right over left guard. Devin Porter again, but another 2 or 3 yards up to the 11-yard line.
They're just opening up big holes there for Sloan. And
we got an injury.
So a minute 32.
So I've got a man down here.
Yeah, Bulldog is down. We will take a quick timeout and see if we can get things fired back up. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, an old school black and white Howe Bulldog. In criminal defense, you need someone who fights like a Bulldog. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
First Baptist Church here in Howe, Texas would like to invite you and your family to a celebration of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Each Sunday morning at 10:30, we meet for worship at 100 East Davis Street in Howe. Prior to that, we have relevant Bible fellowships for all ages beginning at 9:15. Join us each week to declare the hope that is found only in Christ. Be ready to experience the life-changing power of the gospel. There is only one message for every generation, and that message is Jesus.
Welcome back as the injured player got up and was able to be taken off to the sideline. So ball spotted for S&S back at the 37-yard line. And Sloan wants to run right up the middle once again, this time hit hard at the 35-yard line. They're going to give him a couple of yards, but he was hit down pretty hard there. Minute 13 on the clock.
Cole Sloan up the middle.
taken down there by number 52, J.C. Helpenstell.
So third down and 14 coming up for S&S. They have 2 plays to get this.
One thing
but we're probably going to see the end of the third quarter after this play.
For a team that's down by 21, they don't seem to be in a big hurry.
There's 44 seconds on the third quarter clock right now, down 27-6. Third down and 14 coming up for S&S. They've thrown the ball well tonight. As Sloan drops back, 3 steps, looking near side, wants to throw deep down the field. Jackson, and it's incomplete as Jalen Thornton was right there to hit Jackson immediately as the ball got there. It was a great play by Thornton.
Yeah, good job there by Thornton. Kind of waited until the ball got to Jackson and just hammered him there about the 15, 17-yard line there to jar it loose.
So 4th and 14 coming up for S&S.
So 26 seconds to go.
Yeah, the incomplete pass stops the clock. And now, this will not be the end of the third quarter. You wouldn't think. Something's going to happen here. Either a turnover on downs and Howe will run a play, or they'll convert on 4th and 14 and then they'll run another one. More than likely, we'll see. This is going to be a near side pass deep down the field, and there's some contact before that ball was there, and this time Jackson comes up clapping as Thornton got there a little bit early, and there's a flag, and they're going to get Thornton for pass interference.
Yeah, Thornton was coming over there from his, I believe that's his safety position, or maybe the cornerback position, and maybe got to put a little his shoulder to the back shoulder of Jackson there a little early, and bailed out the Rams.
Well, it was 4th and 14.
And it's going to be a first down.
20 seconds on the clock here in the third quarter. And they caught Thornton coming up a little bit too early on that one. And when that ball got to Jackson, Thornton and Jackson had already met each other. And you're right, Justin, a first down for S&S. And we're almost in Bulldog quarter with 20 seconds left to go. But another play coming here for S&S.
And that still gives the Rams life. You had them 4th down. You had them cornered 4th down, and you don't even they don't even complete a pass. You get to give them up on a penalty.
8th play of the drive for S&S. Ball at the Howe 20-yard line. Sloan in the gun. 2 men right beside him. He's going to hand off to Mullinex. No, he's going to keep it right up the middle. And right there, the interior defensive line for Howe. Swallow him up again, including Austin Lee. And that will be the end of the third quarter. Around these parts, they call it Bulldog quarter, and that's where we're headed. Howe with a 27-6 lead heading into that Bulldog quarter. We'll be right back right after this.
Looking to purchase a home? Michelle Castle and the team at Guild Mortgage Sherman are excited to announce 321 Home, our new exclusive program that gives first-time homebuyers a $2,000 gift card to Home Depot and $1,500 towards closing costs. For more information, call us at 903-957-3100. That's 903-957-3100. Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender. Company NMLS number 3274.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic and Howe for half-price shakes after 8.
Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles and a little message for our Howe Bulldog football players.
Go Bulldogs, fight Bulldogs, win, win, win. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
27-6 as we enter the fourth quarter. We will probably see if Miss Caroline, Sweet Caroline, can talk to Coach Jay after the game. And we'll see if maybe Cameron Blesseye, perhaps. We'll see if we can gather a couple of those guys. Here's Sloan wanting to run again, of course, right up the middle. He's got running room close to the end zone at about the 8-yard line.
Cole Sloan up the middle.
We talked about Stephen Braswell let us know during the break that Sloan on that last quarter, in third quarter, carried it, 13 times? 10 times in that third quarter. So it's been the Cole Sloan show, and he's been getting he's been getting some yardage here on each carry.
First down and goal from the 8-yard line for Cole Sloan and the S&S Rams, as they are now on their 10th play of the drive. Sloan in the gun, 2 slots, wants it. Now the S&S crowd rises a little bit, but this is going to be maybe a yard gain, trying to hit over left tackle and getting up quickly is Dyson Dillard off the pile. So a nice play there by Dillard. 11:09 and rolling here in the fourth quarter. Howe trying to kill the clock, kill this game, turn on the victory light.
Yeah, Dyson Dillard right there in the middle of that defensive line we talked about, and he was not going to let Cole Sloan get to the hole that time.
So second down and goal from the 7. They'll pick him up a yard or so on Sloan's run. Is it Sloan left, Sloan right, almost every play. The snap is back. Sloan wants to run, or he hands it off up the middle to Mullinex, and he squirts through, and he is in. Touchdown S&S. Their second time on the board tonight. But here in the fourth quarter, they trail Howe 27-12, awaiting the PAT with 10:39 left to go in the game.
Squirt is the right word there, Monty. He got to that just a little bitty hole, and they couldn't wrap him up, and he just kept turning his legs and kept using his body and able to get into the end zone here. And now it's you're down by, 15? Maybe even 14 or 13, depending on how this extra point goes, this PAT goes.
Well, normally the kicker for S&S is Edgar Aguilar, but they're going to go for 2 here. Sloan, you think he'll keep it? I wonder. In the gun. He gets it, and he's going to run right. Looking to throw for a moment, but now he tucks it straight up the middle, and he's pushed back. No PAT there for S&S, 27-12. Howe retains a 15-point lead with 10:39 left to go in the game, and they're going to get the football back and try to kill the clock. We'll be back right after this.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at mredinsurance.com.
To compete at the highest level, you need reliable teammates to share the load, strong leadership, and unquestionable character. It's true in athletics, and it's true with financial services. At Independent Bank, we understand success on the field is a result of unseen hours of hard work and preparation long before the first whistle. Visit any of our branches, and you'll find local bankers invested in the community, committed to building strong business partnerships and helping families reach their financial goals. Independent Bank is proud to be a part of Howe Student Athletics. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, we may have had some more cramps, perhaps. It's a little humid out there. Caroline, someone's coming off the field. Don't know if it's cramps. We don't want to speculate the injury, but is it changing out there, the weather-wise? Is she cheering again?
Guys, I'm sorry, what was that?
Has it changed? Was that a cramp? We don't want to speculate injury, but has the weather playing a part in this?
I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I really thought that was very bad. When it first happened, I did not think his leg was going the right direction. But he got up, so we're good. It's better than I thought.
Well, we don't want to speculate. And the good news is he walked off, and whatever Caroline thought was wrong. She needs, maybe she was cheering. Not sure. Just kidding, sweet Caroline. 10:39 on the clock, 27-12. Howe in the lead, about to get the football back. Although you would imagine S&S might have something up their sleeve here on this kickoff.
Yeah, they're going to get desperate here. There's still 10:39 to go. Bulldogs have had the last drive here where had a little bit of trouble moving the ball on offense. Good thing is they were able to churn some clock, though.
The Exalt Realty scoring drive recap, 11 plays, 55 yards, ended up on a 7-yard touchdown by Mullinex, and here's a kick straight out of bounds. That was strange to see, as that'll be a penalty, and Howe will take over. And that was one of the weirdest Tech Wave kickoffs I've ever seen, as it was a line drive kick straight out of bounds.
I don't know if they were supposed to
I don't think that's the way it was drawn
I
up.
think that it meant to hit the ground at least once and bounce up, but instead it was a line drive that went straight toward the cheerleaders.
Well, we have a score, Gunner over Pottsboro, 27-0. I'm not sure that's a final. It's in the fourth quarter, however. That's a big score. Gunner over Pottsboro. Howe will take the ball at their own 44-yard line. Trying to kill the clock. 10:39 is what's on it. 27-12. Howe in the lead. Complacency, perhaps, maybe in the third quarter. Howe got up big early. It's time to put this one away and put another crooked number on the board. Here's Elvington under center. Toss right side. Cameron Blesside trying to find the edge. Has the edge. And he's got 5 yards, close to midfield at the 49-yard line.
You're right. You get a score here, take some time off the clock. You probably kind of put this thing pretty much away for S&S. And you're trying to beat the clock. You're also trying to beat the rain. Looks like a lot of rain is coming this way.
Oh, but our spotter, Stephen Braswell, showing us the radar, and it is looking ugly. It's going to be a long, rainy ride home, apparently, on Highway 82. Second down and 5 for Howe, right to left, toss near side, and that's Austin Lee. Same play, other way, 1 yard across midfield to the other 49. Give him 2 yards.
Lee with the carry, and
Lee has been having some yards are a little bit harder to come by for Austin Lee here in the second half.
Well, the toss outside, he's been running left. But I take that back. Bless Eyes ran both ways, apparently, now that I remember. But it's third down and short, 3rd and 3. We're under 10 minutes at 9:38 on the clock. Howe holding to that 27-12 lead, looking for more as Elijah Campbell split out wide right. 3rd down and 3, 2 men in the backfield. Elvington goes under center. Toss right side. Bless Eye is trapped in the backfield. This time he's brought down for a loss. 2 or 3 or 4 yards perhaps, bringing up a 4th down and long, and it's probably punt time right here.
Yeah, number 22, Sam Wittenberg. Able to get his arms around the other number 22, Cameron Blesseye, and again, 3 and out now for the Bulldogs.
So Jalen Thornton will come on to punt this one away. He'll stand perhaps at his own 35-yard line.
A long punt, pin him deep would be nice here for the Bulldogs.
Mabry standing very far back at the 20. He's going to let it bounce at the 20. Moves towards it. He may have touched it, but Arturo Louder pushes him. Or I think Mabry was going to touch it, but Louder pushed him out of the way.
He got really close to it. I thought he was going to touch it too. He was, and Louder should just kind of let him get there and see if he would try to pick it up.
I thought Mabry was going to at least touch the ball, but Louder pushed him out of the way to make sure that he did not. There's an injured S&S Ram on the field, and that is terrible. These kids are going down like flies. The ball's at the 14-yard line, and S&S will take another shot at it here on this next possession. There's 8:45 on the clock. Hopefully this young man will pop right up. He's holding his right knee a little bit. We're going to take a quick timeout, and when we do that, normally they pop right back up. We'll hope that happens here.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. For complete information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
So here comes S&S at their own 14-yard line to start this next possession. Their drives here in the second half have been pretty good. They just ended in tragedy, except for the final touchdown a moment ago. And here's a high snap brought down by Sloan, and he'll somehow fight forward close to the 19-yard line. That was a 5-yard gain that should not have happened.
Those high snaps are coming back here for the Rams, and they're coming back at the wrong time here in the fourth quarter. But, Sloan just kind of willing his way, putting this team on his shoulders.
Yeah, he drug 4 or 5 Bulldogs with him for 5 yards there. As Howe, the defense has been on the field for quite a while here in the second half.
This was a lot like last week.
It is similar to last week. And now 2 men are in motion. That's a flag. Can't do that. As S&S, bless them, they have so many new players into the game because they've had so many injuries. and they probably are playing different positions than what they're normally accustomed to. So they're moving all over the place, and that one was a 5-yard penalty. So back that one up. Just when things start moving along for S&S a little bit, a penalty happens, and they'll push them back to the 15-yard line.
You're right. Learning new positions, learning new plays. In that position.
Second down and 9 for S&S. As Sloan in the gun, he'll have his heels touching the 10, drops back and wants to throw it deep down the field. And in pursuit is Harmon, and he'll try to jump up, bat it away with his left hand, and it does fall incomplete. Intended for guess who?
Third down, 10
Smith, and it falls this time. It falls incomplete. Smith had a great first half. 7:52 on the clock here in the fourth quarter, and now S&S trying to find life and hit some home runs here, throwing it deep down the field. 3rd and 9. You might see it again here. Look out for Smith. I think he's all the way up top. S&S moving left to right, looking that way. Down the field, it's going to be incomplete. Way overthrew him. Smith looks back at him with his palms up in the sky as if, what happened? That's the wrong, some miscommunication there. And now S&S is going to be forced to punt with 7:48 left to go in the game.
Yeah, I don't know if he was supposed to streak down the sideline, or he went on a slant there, looked like Smith did, and threw it and was thrown over the head of Smith. So miscommunication on a 3rd down there, and it's going to bring up punt time. I almost wondered if they were going to maybe go for it.
Well,
even though they're deep in their own territory, but they're running out of time, and they've gone for it 4 in their own territory.
It's still a 2-possession game, so now if it were maybe 4 minutes left, you'd think about something like that. What do you got to lose? But with 7:48, there's still some time here. And here's the punt. It's going to be booted away and bounce at the 42-yard line in S&S territory. Roll near midfield and killed at the 49-yard line, just shy of midfield. And that's where Howe will take over at the S&S 49-yard line with 7:38 left to go in the game.
Well, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep giving it to Blessi. Keep giving it to Austin Lee. We haven't seen a lot of Arturo Louder tonight.
The Rams, I'll say this, they did a great job on the counter trap, if you'll call it that. It's really the wingback trap coming back around the other side. And they've stuffed it pretty good so far tonight. As here comes Howe at the 49-yard line. This is a deep snap, and this is going to be Mason Riggs trying to find the corner. Look at 40. Makes a cut at the 35-yard line and steps out of bounds. You'd like to see him stay in bounds right there. But he steps out, but not after a big gain and a first down run to about the 34-yard line.
Yeah, gets the edge there, and Mason Riggs has got some speed, and he's kind of an upright type runner, you would like to see him stay in bounds, let that clock keep going, and ends up stopping for a gain of, what was that gain of, Stephen?
15.
15 on that one.
So first down and 10, right to left goes Howe. Chew it up, stay in bounds, kill the clock. Krantz into the game at quarterback, running left side. He's trying to find the left edge, and he gets a great block and a seam, and he's got another first down to the 16-yard line.
How you like that? Krantz, another weapon to bring in. We saw him in the first half there on a couple of plays. Even got through the ball. We see his legs and just the option of being able to bring him in ever so often there for Elvington, and just presents another weapon for the Bulldogs.
18 yards for Krantz on the scamper there, and Elvington comes back into the game as it'll be handoff time again, I'm sure, or at the 7-minute mark, as Arturo Louder in the backfield. And no, Krantz is still in the game. He runs right. Now he cuts it up the middle, and he's going to be brought down at about the 11-yard line, a gain of 4 or 5, and Krantz trying to chew up the clock now.
Given in the first couple of drives have been Blessi and Austin Lee, and this time it's been mostly Krantz.
4 yards
and Mason Riggs.
4 yards for Krantz there. 6:36, 6:35. Howe just trying to put a crooked number on the board, kill it, go home. Handoff, Mason Riggs, right side, and he's hurdles, skips, spins all the way down for a touchdown. Mason Riggs would not go down as he spun his way all the way through for a 12-yard touchdown.
He cut it back inside using an array of moves, spinning and skipping, as you said, and just able to prance his way into the end zone and may have put this away for the Bulldogs. Still some time, though, left on the clock.
Riggs, 12-yard touchdown, takes us to 33-12, and Callie Vick's PAT, boy, she kicks good. 34-12, 6:20 left to go in the game. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Exceeding your expectations is what we strive for here at Scoggins Funeral Home in Van Alstyne. Since the beginning, affordability has been at the top of our checklist. Every day, we're proving that funerals don't have to be expensive. From our facilities to having a personalized service, all of the details are addressed. Nothing can cause you more disappointment than poor quality. Make it special. Make it Scoggins Funeral Home. We put our name on it. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins are here with you in your time of need. Visit scogginsfuneralhome.com.
If you're looking for a welding company that will always meet your expectations, we are just the team you need. Robertson Welding Service can do industrial, commercial, or domestic. Robertson Welding Service guarantees the quality and satisfaction of your project at a fair price. We provide precision, custom, and repair service in all steels. We even weld aluminum and stainless. You can be comfortable that Robertson Welding Service is the right company for your project. We can be found on Facebook, or you can call us at 903-328-6588. That's 903-328-6588.
Welcome back as we're getting ready to tee off the Tech Wave kickoff once again. But that was a 4-play, 49-yard drive for Howe. And Callie Vick ready to tee this one up as it's 34 to 12. The Tech Wave kickoff is in the air. It's going to be taken at about the 26-yard line. Oh, that's a deep kick. Going to be taken way deeper than that, but making the way up to the 29-yard line as the S&S Ram way on the far sideline. And it's hard to see now because the windows have fogged up. It's getting a little humid, but there's 6:14 left to go in the game. Howe leads now 34 to 12.
Monty, I got to call you out on something. Me and Braswell were talking during the break. I didn't hear a touchdown time in Texas on that Mason Riggs TD.
I was wondering if anybody caught that. That may be a first.
I think I've been doing this with you for a couple years now. That's the first time I think I hadn't heard it.
It may be one of the first in 23 years or so. 1st and 10. S&S heading left to right. As Sloan, who's carried this team on his back all night long, drops back 2 steps, looks deep down the field, and has Smith, but it's almost intercepted by Thornton, who had it in his belly right where his number 2 is. But it falls to the turf, incomplete. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Yeah, Thornton got turned around a little bit and hit him in his numbers as he was falling back, just not able to hang on to it. And Thornton, I think that would have been Thornton's second pick of the night, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would have. So the ball at the 31-yard line. And S&S trying to desperately get some points here. 6:08 on the clock. Sloan, handoff. Nope, he's going to pitch it near side. That's Jackson. He's looking for a block, and Harmon brings him down along with the backside defender, which I believe
Devin Jackson with the
is Sean Lukash, and it was. Lukash chased him down, but Harmon broke down and made a great tackle from his cornerback position.
Yeah, good pursuit there by Lukash, and a good open field tackle there by the Bulldogs. Another one of those little things that Coach Jay has talked about wanting to improve on.
Going to have to look at the record book to see how many coaches have started 2-0 with their Howe Bulldog career. We won't know that probably until tonight after our broadcast, unfortunately. But that's a big start for Bill Jailing, assuming that this last 5:19 can run off the clock. 3rd down and 9 coming up, and this is going to be Sloan again running right up the middle, and he is a hard runner. And he gains probably about 6-7 yards. Not enough for the first. He's marked down at the 39-yard line. But I tell you what, my hat's off to Sloan tonight. Cole Sloan has just played a whale of a game. And he is going to be sore tomorrow. 4th down and 2 coming up for S&S.
He's running bigger than his 5'10", 175-pound frame.
So 4th and a long 2. You got to get to the 41. S&S at the 39. Shotgun for Sloan. Is he going to run again? I would imagine he would. And he is going to fake the hand. He's going to keep it around the right side. He's got some room. Look out. And finally drug down into Howe territory at the 45-yard line. Joseph Brennan was waiting on him to get there. And Brennan finally drug him down, but he was kind of just waiting there for Sloan to get to him. Sloan finally did, and he picked up a first down.
It was kind of a slow developing play. They waited for a man in motion to fake the handoff, and then Sloan took it and was off to the races.
First and 10 into Howe territory and wanting to throw it down the field, and this one is incomplete. Looking for Smith again. Caden Harmon went over his back, couldn't jump as high enough, but that ball was thrown over his head and out of bounds. Incomplete. Second down and 10 coming up.
Stephen Braswell tells us that Sloan on that last carry, that was his 15th carry of the second half.
Yeah, they've really rode him hard here in the second half, and really in the entire game. He is just they have put it on his shoulders for sure. Second down and 10 coming up. 4:04 as the incomplete pass stops the clock. Still in shotgun formation, and now Mullinex moves from right to left as a slot to the left. Still two wings or two slots. And Sloan throws it deep down right side looking for Smith, and it's going to be incomplete. Arturo Louder in coverage. No flag.
I think there is a flag.
I thought
It's a dark-colored flag, dark-colored yellow flag. That don't look like a real a light-colored yellow flag at the 18-yard line.
I must have missed that. I didn't see it, especially in coverage. I just missed it. I saw the official there.
Caden Harmon's picking it up and saying, "Here's a flag."
So it'll be against Howe.
Pass interference.
And it is pass interference, and that'll give S&S life still with 3:58 left to go in the game.
Sloan put a nice touch on that and dropped it right there where Smith was, but Louder, who was in coverage, right there step for step. Maybe kind of an iffy call there on pass interference.
Yeah, it's 34-12. I understand, but I think in a tight game, in a playoff game, I don't think that gets called.
I don't think so either.
Sloan in shotgun, drops back, and the man moves in motion a little bit too early, but no flag there. Sloan will run over left tackle for a yard to about the 29-yard line, and the clock continues to run at 3:48.
Second down.
Job there by Lukesh.
Just a quick
Again, hello over there on the far side to Norman Dickey and Leon Thornhill. I hope you get home safely in this rain that appears to be coming. Thank you for listening over there. Long time, Howe Bulldogs. Long time. Here is Jackson on the left side. He's going to be close to a first down, gets a first down, and is going to get out of bounds to stop the clock inside the 20 to close to the 15-yard line, perhaps the 16 or 17. And that'll stop the clock at 3:19. 34-12 our score here. Caroline Slauson, what do you got down there? How is the Howe Bulldog team on the sidelines?
Let me tell you guys, I just almost got ran over by number 11. I'm just over here trying to catch my breath.
Our night furniture sideline reporter, Caroline Slauson, will probably be looking for a couple of players after the game. I'm sure it'll be after the fight song and all of that before Coach Jay will let them escape, and that'll probably be after Caroline, or the first time Caroline will be able to talk with Coach Jay. It'll be after the fight song. Sloan wanting to run it again, this time right up the right side, and he spins out of one, but it's brought down after about a 6 or 7 yard gain towards the 10-yard line, or just shy at about the 11.
And for the Bulldogs, I mean, Coach Jay is almost out to the numbers. He's still coaching his team out there. You'd like to, just for morale purposes, not give up a touchdown here at the end, but
got him spotted at the 10. Man in motion. Sloan is going to hand it to Jackson, running around the right edge, and he slips down and falls at the 11-yard line as there may be some cramps involved there as his legs just went right out from underneath him, and he is still on the ground. That looks a lot like cramps.
He was tackled by the 10-yard line there.
Yeah, there was no doubt. The chalk came up and got him right there. I believe that might be a loss of 1. We'll see where they spot it. They might give him a yard or so. So they'll spot it at the 10.
No gain on the play.
No gain. Tell you what, I'm going to have to give it to Stephen Braswell tonight. I threw on it today at about 3 o'clock. I said, hey, can you do stats tonight?
Go ahead and give him
Just
another
threw it
hand,
on him.
folks.
He said, sure, yeah. So gave him a form, said, here's how we're going to do it. And I tell you what, his pen has been smoking tonight, but it's been amazing to see the statistician we have up here tonight. It's been a great job by Stephen Braswell.
He's been statistician, spotter, and meteorologist.
And scoreboard watcher. So here's Sloan on 3rd and 3, 2:27 on the clock. Wanting the snap. Gets it, drops back, looks left side, throws over the middle. It's going to be almost intercepted by Jalen Thornton again. 5 yards deep in the end zone, but it's incomplete. Stops the clock at 2:18. And now S&S facing a 4th and 3.
A slant across the middle there, just thrown a little bit behind him and almost into the arms of Thornton. Thornton's had a couple of passes that have come right into his hands, just not able to hold on to it. 1
pick and several other opportunities that just escaped him. So here we are. This is probably one of the final chances for S&S at the 10-yard line. 4th down and 3, trying to keep this game going for them. 2:18 on the clock. Sloan in the gun, man in motion. They're going to hand to Jackson running left side. No, Sloan's going to keep it up the middle. Going to be close to a first down. He has it. And is he in? He is. Touchdown S&S. They score again. 34-18 with 2:10 left to go in the game.
Sloan is not going to let him. He's going to will his way to something here.
We may let Caroline go over there and talk to Cole Sloan.
Cameron Blesseye, Austin Lee, and Cole Sloan, and Coach Jay.
Wow. So that is a 10-yard touchdown.
That's got to be what his 16th, 17th carry of this second half.
Going to go for 2 as Sloan. Will he run it? Yes, he will, over right guard, and he has it.
Cole Sloan.
2-point conversion.
Over for the 2-point
so now it's 34-20. How in the world? Man, what an evening for Cole Sloan. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back right after this timeout.
First Baptist Church here in Howe, Texas would like to invite you and your family to a celebration of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Each Sunday morning at 10:30, we meet for worship at 100 East Davis Street in Howe. Prior to that, we have relevant Bible fellowships for all ages beginning at 9:15. Join us each week to declare the hope that is found only in Christ. Be ready to experience the life-changing power of the gospel. There is only one message for every generation, and that message is Jesus.
Looking to purchase a home? Michelle Castle and the team at Guild Mortgage Sherman are excited to announce 321 Home, our new exclusive program that gives first-time homebuyers a $2,000 gift card to Home Depot and $1,500 towards closing costs. For more information, call us at 903-957-3100. That's 903-957-3100. Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender. Company NMLS number 3274.
The Exalt Realty scoring drive recap. 10 plays, 69 yards for S&S. Capped off by a 10-yard touchdown by Cole Sloan. He also took in the 2-point conversion, which brings our new score 34-20 with 2:04 left to go in the game. And we're ready for the Tech Wave kickoff, which is clearly going to be an onside. And the hands team is in. Jalen Thornton on the near side, and this is going to be an onside kick, which Thornton, let's go through him, and S&S may have it. Blake Smith has it. S&S has recovered.
And that's going to be number 15.
S&S hands team defeats Howe's hands team on special teams.
That was just a ground ball. They're here to the near side and just couldn't be handled by the Bulldogs there, and the Rams have life. Ball is on the Bulldog 46-yard line. 2:01 to go here. They've got 3 timeouts too. This game ain't over yet.
Howe, for the second week in a row, has had a miscue on the kickoff return. onside kick, successful for back-to-back weeks for the opponent. 1st and 10, left to right, and now the SNS crowd is a little enthused. Sloan drops back, looks to throw right side, and it's going to be incomplete. Caden Harmon in coverage, but the ball was nowhere near the intended receiver. And guess who he was trying to throw to?
That'd be Smith.
That would be Smith once again. That connection is apparently like Montana to Rice in SNS style. That's where they look. 1:57 left to go. It's 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Rams.
You gotta wonder too if I would assume you probably see Sloan running the ball, but they're going to need to hurry things up if they decide to run it with Sloan.
2nd down and 10 from the Howe 46-yard line. Smith this time splits out wide left. Mullinex in the slot near him. Sloan now, he comes up to the line of scrimmage. Sloan in the gun, man in motion is Jackson, looking to throw to Smith down the field. Lots of time, slings it way out there, and it's going to be a little bit of contact before the ball came down. J.D. Thornton that time in coverage, and it falls incomplete, looking for Smith at about the 20-yard line. Looking for the big hitter, of course, with 1:50 left to go in the game, and it's 3rd down and 10.
Thornton was also looking for a flag. He was thinking there was some pass interference there.
Yeah, he got there a little bit early, and the Bulldogs are lucky that the hanky didn't come out there. They might have got one earlier on Louder that perhaps would not have been called in a tighter game. Now
it's gotten tight.
Perhaps it's a tighter game and you don't get that call. So 3rd down and 10, $1.50. Sloan in shotgun, fakes the hand. He's going to keep it to the right side. Lots of room, and he barrels his way across the 40 to about the 39, 38-yard line. I believe is where they're going to spot him. And that young man is going to be extremely sore tomorrow.
Yeah, it's been the Cole Sloan show here. He's doing everything he can to keep his team in the game as the clock continues to tick right now. Again, Rams have 3 timeouts.
4th down and 2, $1:21 still rolling here. Sloan in the gun. And he is going to hand off to Jackson near side, trapped behind the line of scrimmage. Devin Porter there, Austin Lee there, Cameron Blesside there, Caden Harmon there.
Devin Jackson.
Elijah Campbell there.
The Bulldogs
and Arturo Louder there. You talk about a swarm. That right there was a swarm by the defense with $1:08 left to go in the game. And they're going to give him forward progress.
Bulldogs stayed in their lanes right there and just kind of waited for it. And Sloan surprisingly didn't get the ball on 4th down, gave it to Jackson. He lost yardage on there, and the ball goes over to the Bulldogs.
So Howe
one way to go.
Howe can just kill it here at their own 45-yard line, 1:08. Now you're right, they do have timeouts. So Krantz is in, and he's going to run around the right edge.
Hang on the ball.
He's going to be tackled after about a 3-yard gain near midfield.
And we got a timeout.
SNS using one of their timeouts. Let's keep it here. Caroline Slauson, I know it's been kind of an edge down there. It can't be real exciting as far as the players and coaches because things got tight. Talk about that.
Yeah, things got real tight down here for a little bit, guys. And still a little tense down here. We're ready for this to be over and put a W in the book.
Caroline, are you having as much fun as you did last week?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. and what's great is I'm down here with some parents and the coaches. In fact, that call that we really wanted some pass interference, we had some heated fans down here.
Heated fans.
Yeah, that's put it nicely.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Only imagine. 2nd down and 7 coming up for Howe as Krantz got the ball up to the 48-yard line. So give Krantz 3 yards on that 1st down carry. And now 2nd and 7, 1:01 left on the clock. Krantz still in the game, and he's always in the gun, it appears. Aikens next to him, and Aikens is going to get the carry, and he cuts it back near side. Look out, Aikens could be gone now, cuts it again. He is gone. 20, 15, 10, he's fast. It is touchdown time in Texas.
And that may do it right there.
53 yards.
Aikens gets the handoff there, cuts it back, broke a couple of tackles, and we saw his open field speed as well. The little guy can move. And that puts the Bulldogs up now 40-20 with 50 seconds to go.
Uncle! 40-20 awaiting the PAT by Callie Vick. Man alive, Akins is fast. You thought for a moment he was gone, then he made a cutback and you thought, well, he's not going to be gone, they're going to catch him, and then he put on the afterburners and he flew past everybody. Callie Vick's kick looks a little wide to the right, but it's good. It's inside the mark. 41 now for the Howe Bulldogs, 20 for S&S. Less than a minute left on the clock. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
Exceeding your expectations is what we strive for here at Scoggins Funeral Home in Van Alstyne. Since the beginning, affordability has been at the top of our checklist. Every day, we're proving that funerals don't have to be expensive. From our facilities to having a personalized service, all of the details are addressed. Nothing can cause you more disappointment than poor quality. Make it special. Make it Scoggins Funeral Home. We put our name on it. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins are here with you in your time of need. Visit scogginsfuneralhome.com.
Welcome back. 50 seconds left to go in the game. Howe now with a 41-20 lead. It got too close for a little bit, but Sam, did I say Sam a minute ago? Spencer Akins. Why do I have that problem? Spencer Akins goes 53 yards.
His first touchdown of the season.
Man, I refer to Spencer as Sam all the time, and I don't know why I keep doing that. It's something that's just stuck in my head. Yeah, they're cousins, but Sam is off to college or wherever he's at.
Much older?
Much older. Graduated several years ago. And Vic now to tee this one up at the 40-yard line. You know, you see the box score and it says S. Akins. And it just all of a sudden pops up to me, Sam. I don't, it's strange.
Well, it's only week 2.
I'll get over it. Here's Vic. She's going to bang this one away. A pretty deep kick. That's a good kick. Back to the 17-yard line. Going to be taken right up the middle and brought down at the 36-yard line is the returner for S&S. And he gets up a little bit slow, and that
with the return for
it's hard to see exactly who that young man is. Feligy, I believe. Cannon Feligy.
37-yard line.
So left to right now with 43 seconds is S&S, and it's I tell you what, after all of this, the defense has been on the field a lot in the second half.
They really have.
But they've done a good job. They really have done an excellent job as far as being out there so much, for sure. But, boy, Sloan has gotten his. Here's a handoff right up the middle, and that's Mullinex, and he's fast. He's got 10 yards. Close to midfield at the 47-yard line.
Dyson Dillard hopped on the back of him, and he took Dillard for about 3 or 4 yards on the draw up the middle there to Mullinex. And they're in hurry-up mode right now as the clock continues to tick.
10-yard gain there for Mullinex. Like I said, he's very fast. 27 seconds on the clock, 1st and 10. Man in motion. Mullinex gets the carry again. Nope, toss near side. That's Jackson. He's got midfield. He's got the 45 and steps out of bounds with 17.4 seconds on the clock.
And looks like we got a late flag. Maybe a late hit out of bounds, maybe.
He's out of bounds.
I didn't see who that was on.
The tackle was made.
But, yeah, Bulldogs are going to give them a first down here with a late hit out of bounds. Clock stopped at 17-4, but, Mr. Cole Sloan is going to have a shot trying to hit Smith once again. You know that's coming.
And Bulldogs,
you would imagine. Maybe they're going to run it out, but you would imagine. They've run the ball here in the latter part of this drive just to probably try to lick their wounds and go in the clubhouse. But
that's going to give the Rams
the Bulldogs are playing back. They're just kind of basically only rushing 3 and dropping back about the other 8.
Yeah, you wouldn't fault them for trying to hit the home run right here at the latter part of the game, especially after maybe a late hit out of bounds. You'd think, well, okay, maybe we will take a shot. Ball at the 30-yard line. 17.4 seconds left to go in the game. Split out wide left is Smith. So watch him way out there. Players running on and off the field. Howe may have a penalty here. Sloan is hit and thrown backwards. And Cameron Blesseye just really peeled him at about the 35-yard line, drove him back. No flags on the play. I thought Howe was going to get caught there switching players on and off the field. The snap happened before Howe's player got off the field, but that is the ball game. That's it. Howe wins 41-20, and you can turn that victory light on for another week in downtown Howe, Texas. As another exclamation point for this offense that is rushing, and rushing.
And the defense is not playing bad either. Again, kind of, didn't finish probably as strong as they would like to, but did what they needed to do at the end. Got the late touchdown there by Aiken. Stopped the Rams when they needed to. Did give up some late touchdowns. So some things that Coach Jay will have to go back to the film and kind of look at trying to correct, but probably some things that are correctable.
And everything is correctable. And, everything, especially in week 1, week 2, you're going to have penalties. You're going to have holding calls. You're going to have turnovers. Those things are taking place. But, again, the coaches and the coaching staff for Howe and SNS meet at midfield. And Coach Jay is going to talk to his team. And tell you what, you got to feel bad for SNS. They're down to about 4 players, seems like.
And this is probably the time to have all that stuff happen here in non-district.
Here's the school song and the fight song. We'll let you listen to that. Well, it's the battle of school songs.
Who's winning?
Well, seeing as how we're on this side, on the SNS side, we might be catching more of theirs. You have to look at the SNS field and how many crutches.
I was about to say, I see 5.
It's unbelievable how many crutches are out there
4 crutches
for SNS.
4 crutches and a sling.
Wow. That is just terrible. Our hearts go out to the SNS Rams as, boy, they are fighting an uphill battle with the injuries. But the Howe Bulldogs come out victorious tonight, take care of business, win 41-20. And it's all smiles for the Bulldogs, you would think, but there's still some things to clean up. Coach Jay will probably talk about that.
Well, and that's what I was saying earlier, right before the school song is non-district. That's the time you try to iron out some of these wrinkles. Get ready for district coming up here in a few weeks.
When Caroline talks to Coach Jay, she's probably going to have to turn around, make him turn this way and point because of our crowd mic way down there, and we'll see how that goes. Although we've had pretty good signal tonight away across the field. It's been nice to see a couple of wins, and Howe now has a 3-game win streak, and I'll have to go back and research how long it's been since Howe's had a 3-game win streak, and it's probably during the same playoff run as we were talking about earlier with Grandview and Jefferson in 2016. But now I would imagine not too many coaches have started their Howe Bulldogs coaching career 2-0. But we'll look that up as well and have that for you in Monday's edition.
And I wonder what Coach Jay was, as far as coming into a ball club that went 1-9 last season, had the playoff runs before, and comes in here 2-0. It's like, man, this is easy so far.
It's the same as last week. A big first half, started out strong, and then possibly got into coast mode. Perhaps.
I think a little bit.
And the second half was not quite as crisp as the first. And here pretty soon, Howe's going to have to put it all together in 2 halves. Next week they play Bells, who will sling it around a little bit. And they will spread them out and see what happens, because Bells loves to throw the football, which is something that Howe has not seen a lot of to this point.
Saw a little bit of it tonight, but I haven't seen a full spread, air-rated out type of offense yet.
I saw the pen smoking over there as Stephen Braswell's putting the final touches on the stats, as I think he's got final numbers for us. And if you see Caroline, you just pop on when you get Coach Jay and you get some of those players, because I'm going to hold off. I'm going to call on some stats right here that Stephen Braswell just got finished with.
I see her at the 25-yard line. She's moving to the 26.
I'll tell you right now that Cameron Blesseye had 17 carries for 133 yards.
Wow.
And he had 107 of that at the half. Austin Lee, 10 carries for 61 yards, 3 touchdowns. And
how many yards?
61.
Wow.
Spencer, not Sam Akins, had 4 carries for 71 yards and a touchdown. Elvington finishes the night 1 out of 2, no interceptions and 12 yards. We're probably getting pretty close. Checking with Sweet Caroline. Got to be close, right?
Close. Coach Jay, can I talk to you? We're going to come over here and face them because they're on this side. Well, another 2-0. How does that feel? How's this win feel?
It feels great. I mean, anytime you start the season 2-0, it's great. I'm proud of our kids. They gave strong effort all 4 quarters. Little things we got to fix them. We've yet to play a complete game of 4 quarters of solid football. But overall, I'm proud of our kids. They did a great job tonight, and starting off 2-0 is always a great way to start the season.
I got to tell you, I've been talking to the players and the fans, and it seems that Coach Jay and the Howe Bulldogs are a great match. So you talked about fixing some things this week. I saw some people doing some push-ups earlier. What are some things you want to fix before you go into next week?
Well, the push-ups, my rule is we don't fumble snaps. And we fumbled a snap in the 3rd quarter that was a pivotal drive for us, and I don't deal with that. Those are mistakes we can't make moving forward. So the kids know I'm going to hold them accountable. I hold them accountable in the classroom. I hold them accountable as a person. So I'm going to hold them accountable in the field just as much.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach Jay. Congrats.
Hey, good job.
Wow, that was nice. That was a good job right there, Caroline. That was very nice. Good question. That's a tough question too.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you might not ask a head coach, something like that, but that's a tough question. Pretty good right there. We'll see if we can find Cameron Blesseye.
I am looking for him. If y'all can see him.
He had 133 yards tonight. We'll see if we can track down Cameron Blesseye.
Hey, Cameron, how are you? Good, how are you? Can you give me that stat again, guys?
Let's see. It is
17 for 133.
17 carries, 133 yards.
133 yards. How many carries, I'm sorry?
17.
17 carries, 133 yards. That's your stats tonight. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels amazing. I mean, this is actually my first year playing running back on a varsity level, so it's a great experience. But I couldn't have done it without my offensive linemen and all my friends helping me out. I really appreciate it and all the hard work they put in for this.
Hey, ask him about the defense and how they had to stay on the field so long in the second half, and did that wear them out a little bit?
Yeah, those stats that we talked about were on offense. Now, you play defense, too. You were on the field a lot during that second half. How does that feel that y'all still made a W out of it?
Well, I think we just kept our heads up high. We had a couple mistakes out here on defense, but we just kept trucking and ended up with a win tonight, and it's an awesome feeling.
All right, thanks, Cameron.
All right, thank you, Caroline. Great job down there on the sidelines, our Night Furniture sideline reporter. We want to thank all of our sponsors tonight that we've had and all season long. Sonic, America's Drive-In, Independent Bank, Exalt Realty, Micah Belden, the attorney, Scoggins Funeral Home, Ed Meacham State Farm, Buck Snort Barbecue, FBC Howe, TechWave, the Howe Athletic Booster Club, of course, Night Furniture that we just mentioned, and Robertson Welding Service. What a nice job for those guys to help sponsor us, to be able to do this, to bring you Howe Bulldogs football. It's been another win, another exciting win, one that probably we were hoping that would not be as close as it got at certain times. At least it didn't come down to the wire as we did a week ago.
Yeah, just couldn't put it away. End up putting it away, but just had some trouble there. Yeah, Coach Jay talked about 4 quarters, wanting this to be crisp. Yeah, at some point they're going to need to put a 4-quarter type of game together, but you'll take what you can get tonight with a win, 2-0.
I tell you what, it was a great job by our broadcast crew tonight. Still, we're working on some things, but I tell you what, in 2 weeks, I'm pretty happy with where we are as a broadcast crew with a new crew, and of course we miss Michael Mosier, but pretty happy with where we are. Hey, for everyone who's been a part of this 41-20 win here in S&S, Sadler, Texas, Howe now goes to 24-10 against S&S. It's been a pretty dominating series by the Howe Bulldogs. For everyone who's been a part of this one, including the smoking pen of Stephen Braswell and our sideline personality and Night Furniture sideline reporter Caroline Slauson, and also our extraordinaire color analyst Justin White. For everyone who's been a part of this one, I'm Monty Walker. We will see you next week at home against Bells.
You've been listening to Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com and is brought to you by Ed Meacham State Farm, Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Bucks Norton Barbecue, Tech Wave, Robertson Welding Services, Night Furniture, FBC Howe, Howe Athletic Booster Club, Independent Bank, Exalt Realty. This has been a presentation of Grayson Publishing.